Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 13th day of May 2024. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers. Even do not deny your enemies listening onto this message, this freedom radio. This is a revolutionary radio. It is our rallying point. Radio Biafra is where we worship. It is where it all started. Therefore, once again, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform. The 13th day of May 2024. Before I continue, I will like us to know that from tomorrow, being 14th of May, the Biafra Education Awareness Dissemination will be on board. I will host them here on this platform, Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE. You know how it is. We are in our mourning or remembrance month. Biafra Education Awareness Dissemination. You know how captivating the history of what happened to us by Dr. Lois Okachi and co and group. You know how it is always. Please, it will be tomorrow. It will start from tomorroro, Tuesday, being the 14th of May 2024. By time is 7:30 p.m. BT as usual. And the first the caption for tomorrow is the Nigerian coup of January 15, 1966. You know, I want us to understand that our history, what happened to us, was being pervaded mostly by our enemies. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started is for us to tell our history by ourselves. When you allow your enemies, foreigners, to write your history, they will distort it so that we, instead of us being the victim, now we become the culprits, the offenders. That is what happened. Many people bought this garbage that Ojukwu started the war. Now I ask you, if you are in a situation whereby your people were massacred all over the country, no respite, no refuge anywhere, and the people came back, those that survived came back, rushed back to Biafra, to our land, and cling to you. You become helpless as a leader. You found yourself in that situation as the governor of eastern part of Nigeria. This thing happened and people came back to you and say, what do we do? Please, what is going to happen? We are no more safe anywhere in Nigeria. So it's better we stay in our land, and if they come, we will be safe here. If they come here to attack us, now we defend ourselves. Ojukwu told them, no, it never reached this way, it never reached like this. They said, but you see, thousands of our people died. Many families are obliterated from the face of the earth. So why are you what are you talking? He said, no, just cool down. Ojukwu merely calm down the nerves of our people. I'm telling you, just imagine yourself being in the situation of General Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu in 1966. I want you to think, how would you have done? Or what would you have done? Ojukwu tried. He called Gowon, who was the head of state de facto, which was not confirmed because they never declared that Akin Ironsi was killed. So, everything was just kind of translucent, not transparent. So Ojukwu said, what is happening? My people are being massacred everywhere. What is the problem? Are we not wanted again in Nigeria? What is the problem? If there is a military coup, it is for the military. How does it concern innocent, ordinary civilians that are going about their businesses? How? Go on, say, okay, now I guarantee, I'm sorry for what happened. Oh, it's a mistake. Please, let Igbos come back, go back to their place, because Nigeria is for everybody. Let them come back. Ojukwu also, not only go on, he called the emirs of the north and complained to them. They say, oh, we are sorry for what happened. It shouldn't have happened. We are sorry. Just tell your people, let them come back. Come back to the place. And they gave him assurance. And Ojukwu announced to the people and said, now the problem is over. We will deal with the people that lost their lives later. But for now, do not be hysterical. If you want to go back to your place of abode in the north, any part of Nigeria you were before, please, feel free to go back and go back to your work. We resolve everything. I'm assured that nothing will happen. We will deal with the issue of those killed and reparations later. But please, go back. Ojukwu told the people to go back. And the people believed him as their leader. And they went back to the north, to the west, to different parts of Nigeria they were. With good faith that everything has been resolved. Those that lost their loved ones, they mourned them and they went back. Do you know that it was a trap? They now cordoned off everywhere. And the second massacre was far worse than the first genocide. It was a genocide of a large scale. Now, those that ran back, that came back alive. The worst part of it is that they loaded the torsos, that is, the headless corpses of our people, and put them inside into train. They beheaded corpses and put them inside train, loaded them with the hitch, smelling death everywhere. They loaded them thousands in train, shipping them back to our land for us to see. Do you know what that thing is? Do you know what it means? That we are coming for you. This is what awaits all of you in Igbo lando, in Ijolando, in everywhere. Our people now, they sent blame. They gathered around Ojukwu. They say, you caused this. You deceived us. Now, we can no longer trust your word about Nigeria. Don't tell us anything about Nigeria. Declare our state as a different, because we are no longer safe in Nigeria. So we must be separate, so that we can defend ourselves against any invader. At least we have a home. Ojukwu started warning also. People wanted to mob Ojukwu self. You know, these are things you don't hear. They don't tell you this. People gathered and said, look, if you start telling or preaching to us about Nigeria again, we will remove you here direct. You are one person. We will, all of us, remove you from here and get somebody among us that is willing, and he will do the job for us. Ojukwu was also hesitant. He called Go and said, you put me in a very difficult position. You put me to be fighting with my people. Go on, say, offend ignorance. He said, that's how, now so it be. So he said, no, we need to talk face to face. They invited Ojukwu to come to, I don't know, whether Lagos, for them to discuss. Ojukwu laughed, you kill my people, so you want me to just come so that you kill me. Now they say, no, we give you guarantee. He said, but you have given guarantee to my people, and they came, and many of them didn't return. So they negotiate because Ojukwu didn't want any war. He want to remain in Nigeria. He don't want any, because he understands the effects of war. Are you hearing me? He's a military man. He understood what war means. He understood all these pros and cons about war, this type of problem. So he wanted to resolve it amicably, so that there will be no more bloodshed. And that's why they resolved into going to Ghana, in Aburi, to have some negotiations, to iron out things face to face. And they went there, and they made agreement in Aburi. You understand? For peaceful coexistence. For structuring, people are talking today. They agreed on restructuring Nigeria so that each region will be semi-autonomous with their parliament as before, so that people will govern themselves and there will be weak center. People now will be happy to control their land in one weaker Nigeria, central Nigeria. And they were happy. The video is there. Go on, shake to Ojukwu. They shaked. And is it General? Is it Ankara? He shaked all of them. They were happy. They drink coffee together. They said, okay, it will be implemented. Once we go back to Nigeria, everything will be implemented. Immediately go on. Touch Lagos. Calls started coming. Britain started, look, these monkeys want to recreate what we created. They want to, reshuffle our plan, because it's Britain that started everything. The military coup of 1966 was started by Britain, because Britain deceived Ademo Yoga, Ifa Ajuna, and Zogo, the main instigators of the coup. They deceived them to go and save Nigeria. That Ahmad Bello and Tafawa Balewa, they are not there for Nigeria. They are there for northernization agenda only, and they don't hide it. So if you want Nigeria to continue, you have to take over and kill these people. This is what Britain told them. The same Ifajuna that during the war, he wants to save, to sell Ojukwu, capture him and kill him, and then declare Biafra as part of Nigeria. Do you see how things? Do you see how complicated or sophisticated politics is? Do you see that? Britain that informed them told these innocent military boys, small boys, to go and save their Nigeria. When they did, Britain turned around and labeled it Igbo coup. The first radio to announce that coup. Just pronounce is BBC. Igbo coup. Oh, Igbos have struck. It was on the plan. That is in their M16 plan. They did everything. They will send you on errand. Now they at the back they will stab you. And there is nothing you can do. That is what started the nepotism, the Igbophobia that we have seen till today. Britain did the coup, planned the coup, sent innocent people to execute it. They are the first people to announce it, oh, to sabotage them. Oh, it is Igbo coup. As if Igbos had a meeting and said, no, we are going to strike in a coup. Nothing like that. They were Nigerian soldiers. They were trying to save Nigeria. Everything. Do you see how things are? That's why, on this platform, I always urge our people, do not see politics. Do not judge things, with sentiment. There are abracadabra inside. The more you look, the less you see. So you have to be down to earth. You have to make use of your brains. You at least even the seventh brain, seventh sense, in order to calculate issues. Things are not straightforward. For your information, the problem we have is we are straightforward people, and we thought that it is a credit. But lo and behold, is now that I am understanding that it is not. It's weakness. Being straightforward, the people that are straightforward is weak. It's weakness. I tell you honestly, it's weakness. Politically, I suppose they won't be. Now, not being straightforward. No, straightforwardness. It doesn't. Don't you see America? Don't you see, they can use you. You think that they are your friend. Look at, I was watching one documentary. Very sad. Many of the translators that worked with them in Afghanistan, that worked for America. America used them as translators, as different, and their people hate them, call them saboteurs, which they are, really. They were informing, using them as informants, translators against their own people. When America ran away from Afghanistan, don't you see the precipitation? Even some aircraft are going on wrong way. Many of those people, they try to climb the aircraft. Say, why are you leaving us? I was your friend. If you leave us, these people are Taliban, they will kill, and they slaughtered many of them as they can catch them. That is politics. The time to the extent America blocked visa, issuing visa to these people. Many of these people, I watch some of their testimonies. I'm telling you honestly. There I know that, look, politics is not straightforward. If you are straightforward, you miss it. If you are straightforward, we claim, oh, we are straight. It's weakness, I call it. Because we have not, let me tell you, that is something my own view, why we are the way we are. We are a people that for millennials, many thousands and thousands of years, we are in a place. Our geographical location in Biafra land is very cool. Tranquility reigns. In the forest, we have everything. Foreigners don't pass there. They have nowhere to go. Therefore, they have nowhere to pass to. We are bordered by rivers and oceans. In a forest, we have food everywhere. We have rivers everywhere. Wildlife full everywhere. So we don't have anything to do with foreigners. This type of life made us, and we don't have invaders. The only thing, we have tribal wars, yes, but when you study the history of all those tribal wars, you laugh. Maybe one clan in our confederacy, we go and invade another clan. You know, that kind of tribal community wars. If they wound one person, or they kill one person is killed, hey, somebody everywhere. Before you know, emissaries will start going on in order to do what? To settle. If it is land dispute, or if it is marriage dispute between this place and this place. That is all we had. We don't have serious conquerors, people that invade us from outside. So we became relaxed. Today, saying that relaxation molded our lifestyle. The first time we saw serious invaders were, Europeans that came through the sea. When they wanted, when the Europeans started entering, we are doing business. They come, they buy things, and we buy from them. Go until now, they started establishing little by little. Our people said no. This thing, don't they enter another thing? No. They don't enter another thing. No. They started preaching, bringing their missionaries, telling us about one God, their God that have a child. We have to. The thing became strange in our people's ears. Before you know, thank you, but don't enter, don't be silly. The small land we give them for abode in case if they come to rest, they want to expand. They bring their military, say no, here, no go area. Our people start suspecting, say no. It's no more normal business. So these people are coming for another thing. That is where our people started rising up. They could make warriors, they organize. And say, these foreigners, we need to, now it's no more. People started telling stories of what happened in their villages, how these people enter and they burn their villages. This one said, you see, in a fake land, look at what happened in my village. They gathered. They say we have to start fighting these people, otherwise. That is the only serious invaders that come. And that episode resulted to what we are seeing, what we are still living today. Do you see? But let me tell you, the Sahelians have been having different experiences with different people, Arabs, different types of people, because the desert is for everybody. It's it's open space, no control. You have the good people, they pass. The bad people, they come. The ugly people, they come. Different types of people, So they come, they invade. Some came from heaven knows where. They invade them. It made them battle hardy and developed their sense of politics, of dealing with strangers. And it made them, because they have seen so it made them also to be hardy, resilient, so that when they are dealing with their people they want to conquer also, they now use the experience of what happened to them, because they used to jam it every time in the desert, in the Sahel. Do you see the difference? Whereas in our land, you cannot enter now. One, our terrains are very difficult. Our bushes are no go area. We master our terrains. We have mosquitoes and flies, different kinds of flies and animals. So a desert dweller cannot come there in order to do anything. Our people will chop you raw. That's why Ekumeke warriors were able to resist the British for 31 years. Do you know what is 31 years? We have been in this struggle for just over a decade, and many people have slumbered. Now tell me 31 years of fighting. Before in 1914 they were finally overwhelmed because of also it's individualism that entered them. Before they were doing mass attack and mass defense. Anywhere the enemy they see the enemy, everybody will go there to defend and push the enemy back, push the British back. and slaughter them. But a time came, they started having skirmishes among them. Now we they fight more. They started now that spirit of individualism, and now we be warriors. Now we they fight more. You people, before you know, and don't run. So we go come and defend you. Now our people they die more. Waiting now. So that disaster spirit enter. And they say, no, if that's the case, let everybody go to his hometown and defend his hometown. Let's see who will lose. That division is still in our life till today. That is why if it's happening in Enugu, Fulani are killing people in Enugu. Every other people will say, wow, Enugu man, they cannot reach here now. Hey, here, Abba, hey, no, we get Abba when matter, we have boys now. We get people. Man, no more that one family. No more one family. And when they finish, the enemies understand that they will finish this side, overwhelm them, capture them, slaughter them. They will enter there and stay there as launching pad, enter another place. One after the other, Ekumeko warriors, one after the other, they fell. Do you see it? Do you see the evil of division? Do you see it? And it is still happening today. Enugu has been under attack. Enugu has been under attack. Today, the Enugu House of Assembly, they have turned the bill into law about ranching. When you hear ranching, is Ruga. To establish Ruga for Fulani. That is what it means. They read it. I played the clip where I think the chairman of Labour Party is talking about how strange you can a bill will pass first, second, third reading under one day and into law. And they say that bill is very important for to the governor because of money. Now, I want us to discuss this. I'm telling you, when the lines are up, when the lines become open, this greed and which have turned our people weak. You know, greed makes people weak. Is it natural to Ndibo? I want people, please hear me. Don't tell me when you call, you say, Mazi, I didn't start from beginning. I hate that thing. If you call, nah, I didn't start from beginning. I didn't know what you said. Now, why are you calling? If you don't start from beginning, you don't call. You must not call. It's not a must that your voice must be heard. I hate that. Mazi, I didn't start from beginning anyway, but I don't know what you talk. But anyway, what is anyway? What do you want to? You want to talk off points? Off point. In our off points, there are things that I personally I hate. If you don't listen, when I could remember when our leader is on immediately that time when our national anthem is playing, I'm already set. I'm I'm listening. I make sure I listen to any day I didn't call. Know that I didn't, either I cannot get through, or if I didn't listen to, I didn't catch the things, everything, I will never call. You know, please. So I want us to discuss this. This greed in our people, is it natural to us? Or is it man-made? Is it natural? Because it's too much. Enugu state governor. These people, don't they see, don't they learn from history? Why are they attacking Enugu? When you see, it's happening in Enugu. People in Owerri, in Olo, in Abia, in Igwa, say, the Enugu side now, for them is far. But do you remember one thing? Dr. Bedai Mailafia, he said something before he died. He's still on YouTube. There was one time, I think somebody called in his, asked him, he said, he had either directly or a question somebody. They say, you people helped the Fulani go on to slaughter the Igbos. So now you are crying. So he said something to us. He said, you people, I don't pray. But what happened happened. But do not rejoice. Because after Kaduna, after Southern Kaduna, they are going to Jos Benue. And after they are coming to your land. Because once they capture one place, that is Fulani modus operandi. They are colonizers. Are you hearing me? They are colonizers. So they know the art of colonization. These are people that were pursued right from Middle East for millennium upon millennium. So they have been rigmaroling in the wilderness. And now they saw a place. Do you know why? Last Saturday I talked about Fulani, their Allah, telling them that they have to come. This is a land flowing with milk and honey. So they need to kill the people. I want you to listen. I'm curious, because I read it in the Bible, Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 16 to 17. Where God told the Israelites, go to the land of Canaan, destroy, kill everything that, he say, kill everything that live. Now I put it now, I say, but don't you think that it is what the God of, or the Allah of Fulani are telling them? Don't you think so? The reason why they have their their footprint, or their hold in that entity called Nigeria, because they saw it as a place flowing with milk and honey. Let me tell you, before Ottoman Danfodio established the Fulani Caliphate, which he renamed, they called the Sokoto Caliphate. That is Islamic Caliphate, Islamic State. And it is stretched from Burkina Faso. If he reached from Burkina Faso, Niger, that Sahelian, or even northern Ghana, all those places. But the capital is in Gobir, that is Sokoto. They renamed it Sokoto. Do you know the reason? They saw the place as ground zero. The indigenous people there are the most stupid. When you do something that you never think in this world that you can pull it, when you become intoxicated, you become mad. That's why you got home a non-entity. Yeah, may one thing or the other now put a kind of money. As Onyibo, you become intoxicated because in your life you never ever think that you can have this type of thing. So this is what happened to Ottoman Danfodio. Ottoman Danfodio, just a simple person. Islamic preaching. He grew up and started reading Quran, gathering people, teaching them Quran. All of a sudden he found out that the Hausa, they trust him. He built trust, one single person, and he started turning themselves against each other, turning Hausas against Hausas, and they were following him. Wow, this is opportunity. So I Osman Danfodio, as more like come from a poor family I am. If I talk, these people they start quarreling among themselves because of now I become authority. Hey, say Chineke, Allah Akbar. Hey, he put gear 5, put gear 10. He now saw their weak points as religion. that they are keen to learn more about Islam. Hey, he posed now. He turned, used their head, turned into orography. And before King Yufa can know anything, he have turned many of the people against him. King Yufa, the Shehu of Hausa that time, Hausa land, he outlawed him and he ran away. And when Ottoman Danfodio ran away into the desert, into some place, many Hausa people follow him. He have a crowd now that can fight. Now he used them. He manipulated them into fighting his own war against their own people. You see that? Before you know, they killed the king. He started now sending message down to Futajalon that look, this is a land that Allah have given to us. No, make honor they come. Now, when his fellow Fulani came, the Torube tribe, they arrive, they become the lords. He gave order that any Hausa woman you see, rape as much as you can, in order to compromise their blood lineage. That is where they start using this word, Hausa Fulani. Their children now, Fulani fathers, most of them, Fulani fathers, just watch all of them, most of them, Fulani fathers, Hausa mothers. They don't, he gave it as an order. What I'm telling you is not exaggeration, it's historical. Ottoman Danfodio gave the whole Fulani. They start importing Fulani from it. He said, come, this is a land, it has been subdued. Come, the people here are very stupid. So, you know, what they look for Sokoto, he did for Sokoto. They started, Fulani started coming from everywhere. They didn't have population. Now he ordered them, please, take as, if you don't know how to, please take as many Hausa women as you sleep with them, make sure to bear children. And that is what they did. Anywhere they see a woman, as they start raping, mass raping of Hausas. What I'm telling you is historical. I'm not exaggerating. That is why now he proclaimed the Islamic State called the Sokoto Caliphate, ranging from Burkina Faso to Niger down to Chad to the northern part of Nigeria. Our ancestors at that time, they didn't know what is happening because we are not the same people. We are in our confederacy, living our lives. Are you hearing me? Igodo, we are there. There is no problem. How you see it turned into Bini Kingdom, Bini, because this word Bini, it was pronounced a name given by the Portuguese. It was the Igodo. And their kings were called Ugiso Igbo people. They were having quarrels among them. Now they have to invite, they have to invite a Yoruba chief, a Yoruba king to come, and at least for peace to reign. You know this our peace. I used to say it. So that for peace to reign, so that no person instead, it's just like when you are playing football, community footballs, so that there will be no bias. You go to neighboring communities playing maybe end of the year football in our land. You go far away, bring the referee. Say, so that they don't know who is who. That is what the Igodo did. They say so they don't know, they are biased. This side they say no, they are the community quarrel, brotherly quarrel. They made them invite. Say from Yoruba. From Ife, say, our brother, let you people, as a referee, come and rule us a bit, so that we know. And the man, so that peace we reign. That is why You can have a brotherly fight. Don't allow don't ever invite or involve strangers to come and settle for you. All of you will become slaves till forever. That is the wisdom that what we should learn. You go to me, go to invited, say, please borrow us a king, let him come from outside so that peace will reign among us. Because Igbo people is very hard to rule. This one we say no, he's against me. He didn't. He's against me. He's against our family. He is against our kindred. Why should they say for peace to reign? Our brother from Ife, let him come. They know how. They don't know anybody. As they were coming, they came with a group of their group. They don't go alone. As a king, he came now and installed. That is the first Oba. And renamed, instead of Ogiso, they now renamed it Oba. Do you see that? Do you see that? And they also started sleeping. His group, they started sleeping with the women. The Igodomi women. They are compromising their blood. That is one of the qualities of a conqueror. They want to compromise your blood so that in the future, there will be problem. You can no more tell them, go. No. They become indigenous. How was you? No. Are you hearing me? So the Oba is not Igbo. When that one came, it became worse self. Because as a foreigner, you have to do their interests. You have to bend everything according to their interests. And they fought war with the people. I had this thing from my mother, from my father. I said, but I didn't understand what it means. It's after I started researching everything, now I started understanding. People say, so we brought even a conqueror to conquer, or somebody will say, let him come and dispense justice so that all of us will be in equity. Now he came and started taking their women, putting them in the worst situation. The people revolted. That is, he have to invite his people to come and fight. Some of our people left from Igodomi. I think Abreba. They left and came. Say now we can no more stay there. Are you hearing me? So that is the thing. So what am I trying to say? I want, when the line opens, please, you call. I want us to analyze our situation. Because this greed, sometimes I say, is it natural? Because I don't want to believe it. My own analysis is I don't want to believe it. It's since after the war mostly. I am telling you. People that are defeated in a war and sent in a survival mode, individual survival mode. Now sabotage become a very lucrative business. The Nigerian government, through the backing of the British government, they gave them a policy. Obasanjo, you are seeing, most of these are his ideas. For your information, separate these people. Let them, give them to go and survive privately. And let me tell you, because of lack of experience, as I used to say, we never suffer conquest until the British came. So we don't know all these pros and cons of, living with strangers, being conquered, or we don't know it. So we are a kind of virgin people. Our people fought a war 2.5 years, almost 3 years, and stopped. And gullibly going back, one Nigeria. Because our people we are ignorant of being, defeated in a war. The situation of a person defeated in a war, we are ignorant. Because we never suffered such before. Unlike the Sahelians, they have been conquering, they have been defeating, they have been seeing people. Look at South Sudan. Do you think it's easy? They are part of Sahel because that side also is an open space. They have. That is why they were able to fight for 39 years. The first war was 17 years. The second war was 22 years. Straight war. Not a brutal war, not a child's play. Very brutal war. They were resilient, consistent. They say instead of us to agree, to stop, and we are defeated, and we become slaves. No, because they know the consequence. They say instead you kill all of us. But in our own, we are naive. We trust the people very easily. Oh, no victor, no vanquish, and they start convincing. On one hunger to kill on her. No victor, no vanquish. I beg, let us stop before all of us die. We don't know that because we are naive. We didn't know that the situation under which we are stopping, it will be far worse than if the war continued. But it will be a gradual process for total conquest. Now they sentence us into individual survival. That is why they push us into trading. Do you see? You know, trading is the last of last. Are you hearing me? Trading is is the least that somebody will do. Once you are knocked from it, you just stay in your veranda and just gather tomato and put on the table. That is trading. That is how many of our people started. Because there is no more space. Nowhere. No space, nowhere. You have your intelligence, you have your qualifications, you go Nigerian they treat you like an animal. They say no space. They will carry a northerner without no knowledge, no qualification, and put there. That is how defeated people are treated. And they gradually try to conquer us. That is what we are suffering till today. And this situation they put us into, it bred selfishness. And they Nigeria voluntarily encourage selfishness and greed in our people. Because without being greedy, you cannot succeed. Dog will eat dog in order to survive. For me, that is the origin of this extreme greed. We were sentenced to go and survive on your own. So people have nothing to do. I saw in a video where Chinedu, after the war, started selling plastic bottles. A whole intellectual that was is it a minister in Biafra? He relieved into selling akpakara dingom. Because there's nothing again to do. Do you see that? And now greed informing on our people, because just like slaves in America, your ability to sabotage others, to report what others want to do, sabotage them, it will earn you to become. It might earn you to be a house nigger. I don't know whether people are understanding what I'm saying. So now people became selfish in the field as slaves. You want to do something, but you don't know. If you tell your brother, he will go and sell you to buy favor. Now they promoted and encouraged that greed. Sabotage. I want people, because people are asking now, why this sabotage? Our people become saboteurs. No, we are not natural. It's my own analysis. When the lines are open, you can also make your own analysis, because this is not normal. People now, you see saboteurs in our land. People that Igbos that fought against us, we are promoted on top of us. Now people saw sabotage as a business, as a way of living, as a way of making it. Now they started doing it just the same way slaves used to do. People in the field working day every day from morning till night with little or no food. Many of them, their horses were locked on their mouth so that they will not even eat the corn they are harvesting. So anybody that will be able to report something that others want to do, or God will promote him and make him a supervisor of others. I want people to understand, they promoted our people, your ability to deal with your people, your own people, they will promote you. Don't you see a maker for? Do you see him with his EEDC? Destruction company. They call electric distribution. Enugu. Don't you see? He is loyal to the caliphate. And he deals with our people in a heartless way, and that's why they love him. They make him house nigger. Your ability to sabotage, to kill your own people, now you are impressing the slave masters. It's exactly. They turn our land into slave field, where people are, once they see that you have the capability of sabotaging, they put that greed, extraordinary greed in you. Now you are able to sabotage. Now they uplift you. They give you guards. They give you protection. You can kill, no problem. You can kill your people, and they promote it. They love it. That is why you see somebody like Hope Uzodimma. I used to say it. Very greedy. He now become the governor of Imo State through imposition. Something that is abomination. But because of greed, he accepted it. If it is somebody that is of knowledge, if it is somebody that at least have respect for his people, you will say, even his slave masters, his handlers, you tell them, no, hey, this one too much now. I'm from fourth position. How can my people? No, please. Let us try another time. Don't worry. In the next 4 years, don't worry. I know what to do. Instead, we rig it so that I'll become first. No problem. But this one is outright, is open. He get as he be now. But no, he cannot. That is why they support him. Don't you see how they give him, once they see in you that greed and the ability to kill your people, without heart, you become heartless. You lie to your people. You are able to kill Igbos. They promote you. They give you protection as you want. If you knock, they open. They say, that is slave mentality. I want people, when the lines open, you put mouth. Whether it's natural to us, Igbo, Biafrans, or how? What is your take? But I've said my own take. Enugu, you see how Enugu House of Assembly, all of them is a group of people. I don't know how many are there. They have to pass a ranching law. Ruga. You are calling it ranching law. That is a baptism name in order to call down the manant. It is Ruga that Buhari wanted by all means, but we are rejected. Now they continue causing problem. Why are they causing problem in Enugu? Because they had the same Ruga from southern Kaduna. They gave them land. Oh, you people need. Oh, there is land in Kaduna, southern Kaduna. They gave them land. They say stay there. Don't worry. Do your living. Train your cattle. We buy. We become neighbors, and no problem. And they say, okay. The Fulani enter there. Today, go that side. They have taken everywhere in Kaduna. Everywhere, to the extent now the governor of Kaduna and the vice governor is Muslim, answerable to the Fulani. From there they launch down to Benue and Plateau states. Anywhere they go, they stay there and launch as launching pad to other parts, because they are always expanding. Expansionists they are. Why you see all these things are not happening in any other place like in Ghana? Because there is like periphery. The coming of the Europeans also scattered many of the Fulani plan. It scattered, it ended the Islamic Caliphate that ranged from Burkina Faso down to northern Nigeria. So, but they vowed to retain Nigeria, to retain that place, the capital, their capital. That is why they made agreement with Britain that, look, we have agreed, we have agreed to bow down to you, but allow us this space. And that is what Britain did. That is why Britain accorded the Fulani a natural majority in the Nigeria Senate. Natural is, you cannot change it. They are naturally majority, so anything, they are the king makers. Are you hearing me? That is it. Other places, so they have lost everywhere. In Ghana, in Cameroon, you can, as a Fulani, you don't have a say there. But in Nigeria, they say Allah have given it to them. That is why they vowed to dip the Quran in the sea, in Atlantic Ocean. And oil in Bayelsa must belong to Jigawa. These are their vows. They don't care losing other places, but Nigeria, they say the people there are the most stupid people. The indigenous people there are the most. You can easily easily outsmart them. They are not sophisticated. Don't you see how they use them? They use the Middle Betas. They use other ethnicities. Fulani use them in order to turn Igbophobia. The only people to turn to hate Igbos. The only people that they know that these are the people that can be able, that will stand against them. They turn everybody to hate Igbos. Even our own Igbo people, they turn them. Do you see how sophisticated they are? Before they can know it, everything is late. The Fulani will hack back like this. Score goal. It becomes irreversible. It's gone, it's gone. It becomes irreversible. From southern Kaduna down to Plateau and Benue. From there now, they have displacement, killing all the time. We could see Samuel Orton during his time of governorship. Every time he's crying. He is crying, coming on air openly, talking about the invasion of Fulani. And our people were sleeping. The governors, they don't give a damn. Only IPOB was fighting. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, we are fighting. We are talking, creating awareness. That do not think that this thing that is happening to southern Kaduna, to the north, is only, they are coming. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to USA to solicit for fund to buy arms and ammunition to prepare. You see Igbo people, you know Eleha. Are you calling for what? Hey, yeah. I bet some of them come from Enugu. Oh, you say you are coming. Are you dreaming? Hey, no, they refused. World Igbo Congress refused. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused. Outright said, no, we cannot. Today, we are fighting them. ESN is confronting them in our bushes. Overwhelmingly. In Delta, in also one, they are killing our people. In everywhere. Now, even our people cannot learn from the mistake of Kanu. Carlo, not Kanu. In Logba. He gave them Ruga in Logba, and they turned that place into kidnappers' terrorist zone, of which the governor said that many the kidnapping money ransom is traced to that Logba market. It's there. They work with Nigerian military. They give them protection. But our people don't learn. These people that are in political position in Nigeria, I don't know what is in their brain, please. I don't know what is in their brain. The governor of, one thing with us, we are too, I should say, we are weak. We are weak. Do you know that our Nayad is weak? Somebody like Obiano will not be working free in America. No. If we hear mayor, man, our people are the weak. I suggest, please, EJ na YouTube sometimes now watch documentary on this Islamism. Now watch their mindset. There are people that are ready to kill themselves for their cause, to inflict maximum damage to their enemies. Oh, they demand respect, all respect. You respect your people like this. I am telling you. Obiano no naga kwa emecha for me uriri in America ogakwa. Highest seen somebody to snap him from shaking him. Hey. Oh, our people na boom. No person when onye ga sacrifice so when na come so that God hold and waka mana that yes. Obiano no naga rewa. Ya no ebo ono. That's why even in this my platform, I don't like a mother no, but I do this. I am I don't like a call most of the calls of this our brother from Abia. You know, I'm Hoha because I the weak. Hoha. And I had the whole week. I got a checker. Hey, give order now. Yes, give order. And you're gonna know result. Nothing more. All results anywhere around the world. Obiano say that the lives of Anambra people, our people, 500,000. Omecha ihe na eme gbalaga. Ya ga occasion na mere ana-eto ikeke aha ana-eto ya. Ye ho our people na-eto. E nwere onye ga-eme something. Me kpa agwa. Nobody. The weak. Yeah, kai gwakwa onwe anyị eziokwu, I the weak. I am saying it. Oh, yeah, we name people name with impunity. Many and dina questionala. May and they don't need order. They need order from anywhere. Ofonya get take responsibility. May he gonna exist on CNN. Onye ọzọ me ya told you na these people they are diehards na enwekwe na akpakwana hey agakwana ụjọ ba people ahụ. That is the thing. Mana ihe no I gbacha egbo na onye ọ na laba. That's why akpọkwara imekọtakwara akpọ ihe asị na ị ga-emekwe nke ị ga-eme nke nkọta gị phone na ntị. I the weak, I the very weak. So ya na-eme ụka ịgba mbọ ma anyị ọ ga-enweta ume nweta obi ime ihe. Anyị nwere obi ime ihe. Ịgwa gị eziokwu. Yeah, I'm telling you honestly. Oh, IPOB na-train anyị now to be hard. Otherwise, you cannot see mmadụ kpọọ na radio say, hey, DLS, I'm waiting for your order now. Kawo. Ọga na-eyi onye na Chineke mlegide ourselves si chey na bamba by the week. Check ordinary Fulani. Any Fulani person denounce their religion, Islam, change it to Christianity. Hachawai. And what Hachawai so that you don't dare do it. Even if no began was in Islam, he didn't know begin, you cannot act it. Just but you must be there. If look at them in the north, the northern politicians, they are paying Boko Haram secretly. They are sponsoring them. It's obligation, whether they like it or not. There are certain amounts they are paying. Heavy amounts of money. All these politicians in the north. If you don't do it, they say they'll visit you. I'll visit you again. Oh, tell suppose ready. But I know, hey, we appeal to your conscience. I beat their conscience. I'm not here anymore. Oh, only in this generation. I get me. Oh, kind name. Oh, Chuku Kabia, Mundiche. Tano Yanai. You go get you. Oh, guy, where will be me? Oh, phone strike anywhere. All this full all these politicians in example ndị atọtara ime anyị ihe obi anọ sponsor many things o gburu anyị na Ọnịcha there. So but on a work freely in one part of the world and then the Biafra or now with security as on Nigeria or this is guarded by security. If only when you can guard a gas strike or something or sacrifice on there, may you now go to gang or anything, yeah, man. Man, no way. Even divine sacrifice, so he got big. Ibu Waga Saudi Arabia, Eba Manata, Ejitegi, Agibu Pugish, Brugawa, Ejitequenia, or Bukuishi. Just for nonsense, dying for nonsense, dying in shameful death. Our people know death row in Malaysia, in different parts of Asia countries, for reason for nonsense. Nonsense. Do something that will earn you immortality. No way. We are remembering people like Bruce Mayrock. Oh, they are they are infernal. Bruce Mayrock, he burnt himself. Can you do that even for yourself? Can you do that? Can you do that? Do you know that an American soldier, I think in Kuwait, in front of American embassy in Kuwait, he burnt himself. He put fuel on himself to free Palestinian. He burnt himself. I watch it. India, why wouldn't they gain respect? I know, we have now. If we cannot rise up, they suicidal in what we are doing. Enwekwe buy naga. Ka anyị hapụkwa ihe anyị na-emekwe ihe. Enwekwe buy naga. Bịa na-eche ka Mazi Chinasa ya come already Biafra bịa nye order. So that emezie onye nwa ka a ga-eji reso ejide ya gị na-amụ. Yeah, kundi the weak, very weak people. So what am I trying to say? I want to read, despite what is happening, I want to read something an Hausa person wrote in reply to what Dr. Salim Musa Omar, one President General Fube Global Development and Rights Initiative. He said, for 219 years, the Hausa people have been victims of terrorism and injustice under Fulani leadership. Do you see it? It's a rejoinder to Dr. Salim Musa Omar. The Hausas are rising up, but our people are accepting, they are diving deep into conquests instead of learning from what happened to others. No, they will not do it. Even what is happening to us, they will not learn. No. That primitive greed is there. That is why I want our people to, when the lines will be open, you please tell me, what is the origin of this greed in us? That we make our people not to care for our collective interest. What matters to them is only that, like when the chairman, the present chairman of Ohaneze Ndigbo. You see what happened? What he said, he denied it. Started denying. He started denying it. Of which is what happened really. That is what happened. But he was caught on. They want to cut corners to go and so that they know how to calculate. Now once we do it, one of us we will bring in the next election we will bring 5 ministers, submit 5 ministers. From there, and then the whole contract of this and that will be us. How share among themselves now? That is what matters to average Igbo politician. That is what matters to them. They don't care about any other thing. for you to understand that we are in a complete mess. Welcome back. Sorry, I tried to regulate something at the background, but we must continue. So, as I was saying, somebody like Iwanyan or Haneze Ndibo, look at in their greed. I was listening to one of our brothers that speaks on social media. He's talking about one of the sins of Haneze Ndibo. We say now Yoruba people, they are going around, even in the diaspora, forming community, bringing back Yorubas in Cuba, in Brazil, forming communities, strengthening their ties. He said, where is Haneze Ndibo? I laugh. He said, I laugh. Do you know that Jamaicans are populated with mostly Igbos? The black people you see there in Jamaica, in Haiti, Jamaica. Do you know that? Mostly Igbos. He said, have they gone? They never even try anything to at least assemble our people, our past slaves. We know where they are concentrated. When you hear Haiti is Igbos that are mostly there. I laugh. Do you know where I was laughing? I said, he's talking of diaspora. Whereas they never even gather our people that are, what of Igbos in other places? They say, Igbos only in 5 years southeastern states. Sometimes they just put rivers. What of Igbos in our people in Delta? In Iguacha, it was Igbo land. Iguacha. But now, because of their greed, do you know the reason of their greed? So that the smaller they are, any share they give to them, they don't have to share it into too many places. So that is why they are, stifling us. They want us to be as tiny as possible. Do you see the greed? Igbos in Kogi, they abandon Igbos in Benue. Our people that are in Benue under continuous attack, kidnapping and everything by the Fulani. No person cares for them. We call them, they are the nuts. In Kogi, the same thing. And our brother is saying, they have to go to diaspora. They never gather our people in our only Biafra land. Hey, Chineke. This is primitive greed. The word primitive means, there is something wrong in the brain. When you are fighting against your own people, when it's self-destruction, even nature is against that. Do you know that? That is what is called primitive. When you hear they call primitive animals that can eat their own, they are primitive animals. And nature, karma is against that. Nature is not against you fighting for the survival of your race. So even if it means killing others or destroying, there is nothing wrong in it naturally. For your information, that is why when people are praying, saying go on, go see, go on now, go, he kill our people. Yes, he's being used by the Fulani. The Fulani are killing everybody. What is happening to them? They are progressing. When nature will be against you is when you are suffering, when you are fighting against the interests of your people. That is where karma, if there's any, can take place. That is where nature abhors it. Are you hearing me? That is the truth. But when you are trying to protect your own people, look at the atrocities committed by the Europeans against different parts of they committed genocide against communities, against races. They killed the people into extinction. They made people that is a race. Races disappear in America. Tribes, they killed the tribal people until no more. They no more. They wiped people out in this planet Earth. Are they not progressing? Because they are doing it for their collective interest. So anything is allowed for collective interest of a people. Everything is allowed for your information. It is natural. But when you start eating your people, going against, that is, you are fighting against your race, against your own people's interests, which means you want your people to be extinct. There it is unnatural. Nature can fight you. Are you hearing me? So let's read what this man wrote. Let's read this. What this man wrote. This Hausa man. He said, "You are great." He's telling the Fulani. He said, "Your great grandfather Ottoman Danfodio, in the last 219 years, initiated the killings and plunder of Hausa people and their lands by brigandage, which continued till date." Dr. Salim, that is the Fulani person. Where were you that you had been silent when your Fulani people were busy visiting my Hausa people in the following atrocities unabatedly? What are the atrocities? One, they buried the Hausa people alive in the days of Ottoman Danfodio. Do you see the atrocities of a conqueror? But today, any Fulani person, they go pilgrimage in the what do you call it? In the tomb of Ottoman Danfodio. But he committed genocide. Do you hear me? The Fulani, they don't say no, their ancestor is evil. They praise him. He killed the people. You, what do you talk about the ancestors that tried to save you? What do you talk about them? All the bad things in this world you tried. They program you to talk against them. You should be ashamed of yourself, honestly. When I hear an Igbo man speaking, "Oh, our ancestors killed you," I become ashamed. I don't even want to listen because he is shaming himself. He don't know. Your ancestor killed twins. Ottoman Danfodio buried the people alive in his days. Are you hearing me? The Germans killed thousands and thousands of children. Are you hearing me? What of America? Hearing me? The Germans killed thousands and thousands of children. Are you hearing me? What of America? Hearing me? The Germans killed thousands and thousands of children. Are you hearing me? What of America? I don't know. It seems whether my voice is coming out. I hope so. It seems sometimes may cut or something like that. Please, I need to understand whether my voice is coming out loud and clear. Please, just inbox me. Don't call me, please. Let me see. Just inbox me. Is is coming loud and clear. What is happening? What is happening? It seems whether my voice is not coming out. It seems my voice ceased. Please, whether my voice is coming smoothly, please, I need inbox. I need confirmation, please. Inbox me if you can. Please, Mazi. Okay, thank you, Mazi. It is pretty clear. Okay, thank you. Because I don't want to be talking without people listening. Thank you, Mazi. Okay, we must continue. So, let me continue reading. I'm saying this so that our so-called politician, Petamba, will be listening, or it will be told to him, of which they know all these things, but they agreed. Will the agreed allow them? That is a question I ask. Will the agreed allow them? In this world, what matters most is the legacy you lay. Nothing more. That is number one thing. That is why people live dignified life. They prefer dignity to any other thing. Are you hearing me? But many of our people, they tell you now money be everything. That life. Look at the maker for they are using him against our people, and he love it. Anytime he's coming home, he's driving on motorcade, and our people, Chinekele. Hey, our primitivity has no comparison. I am telling you honestly. I don't know why we are like this. So when the line opens, you can add your voice. Why do we have such character? I see it as very primitive character. Very primitive. I'm telling you. When you are sabotaging against your people, our collective interest is primitivity. Now, let me continue reading, because there is another thing I want to talk about. The man is telling the Fulani, the Fulani man, the Hausa man is telling him, say, the Fulani jailed husbands and wives to their deaths for no just reason. They seized cultivated and uncultivated farms and farmlands belonging to the Hausas. Is it not what they are still doing today? But they want to give them Ruga in Enugu. They now justify it through their bills, through the House of Assembly, turn it into law. Do you see the reason why they put Nnamdi here? That there is a mission you are going to go. He say yes. We are going to continue creating problem, because that is what they tell them, the Fulani foot soldiers. Because for them, they are still at war. They are still in jihad. You that think you are in a one Nigeria, you are living in peace. No, the Fulani, for them, they are still in jihadism. Are you hearing me? See, jihadism that was started by Ottoman Danfodio in 1804 till today, they are still in that jihadism until they conquer everywhere and now bring down everybody, subjugate everybody to be under them. That is their wish. That is their wish, and they are working towards it. They succeeded in being in charge of Nigerian government, the state structures. They succeeded a long time. So they are using state structure. They saw the Igbos, they are seeing the Igbos as a heavy stumbling block. And when IPOB came out, they said Chineke. That's why Fulani, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering today in their hand, because they vowed that they must dip Quran in Atlantic Ocean. Do you see, if you listen to what Rufai former governor of Kaduna State. He said now he can go in peace. He can rest because they have worked hard for this. For Muslim tickets, governor and vice governor in Kaduna, and even replicated in Nigeria, that it is no more for the so-called Christians in Nigeria, no more. Say, where is the can? Listen to him, what is in YouTube. Where is the can? We silence them with money, with everything, because they are greedy. So he said no, he said now he can breach in without no problem, because they worked so hard to achieve what they achieved. And that is true. Muslim ticket in Kaduna and in Nigeria. If it comes to tribal, they use tribalism, they put nepotism, they use it. When it needs to be, they say no, you are not you are the North, don't mind the Christianity, you are first of all a Northerner. That is what they told the Northern Christians. That if they are trying to kill people in Northern people in the South, they will not spare you that you are a Christian, that you are a Northerner first. So what do you have to lose if you join? We are one people. Do you see? But these are their sheep they are slaughtering. Do you see how wise the Fulani is? They know when to strike. They know when to play politics. They know when to do anything. That is diplomacy. They are number one in politics. For your information. You know, some people will say, no, they are being helped by Britain. No. When they conquered Gobert, were they helped by Britain? When Ahmad Bello refused and said he don't care about the independence of Nigeria, that he don't want to be independent, that he want northernization only. We are here speaking out of drunkenness. Was he drunk or did he smoke? He was saying it as it is. So Britain saw in them a people that are dominating species. People that could be used, people that are hollow. What matters to them is to get power to subjugate others. They don't know anything. They will depend on Britain, on West for everything. So it's good for Britain. So they say, okay, let's support these people. These people, we can use them. That is the situation. They don't care about anything. What matters to them, give them that their religion, finish. Everything they import, they can import from now till 1 billion years. They will import everything. Everything is importation. They don't work. As long as Allah is there, Quran, they are reading Quran. So Britain saw people that could be dependent, and they will use them to subjugate others. So that to make everybody al-Majiris, you will be dependent on the West. You know. Do you think that the West, they are happy? Do you think that the West, we are happy when you manufacture car? Do you think they are happy? Do you think they are happy for innocent? Do you think they are happy? Do you think they are happy for Koscheris? Do you think they are happy when they see you that Nnewi is manufacturing things, Abai is manufacturing things, they will compete, will be competing with them? Do you think they are happy? They want us to be, you know, when they see you become dump. They want us to be dumping ground for them. They want us as usual. You see our people going to dumping ground in Germany, in California. The places they put cars that are outdated, they want to melt. They now buy them and shift it to us. That is what they want. It makes them happy that we are using their discarded products. Are you hearing? Do you think that they are happy when they see you want to manufacture? Which means you want to become a human being. You want to be productive. They are not happy. They want to see you all the time. You know, you will be packing car tires, up to 10 tires into one tire. You see our people in Germany, all here now, many of our people. Agana dumps all here now, aga grow, and tire, with tire, with 10 tires, one tire. Do you think that they are happy seeing you doing that? They are condemned the things. You say, we are sending it to Africa. They are happy. They don't want you to be like them to manufacture. That is where they tell Adam, if you eat this fruit, you will die, because you will know good and evil. Do you see that? So they want us to continue being like a zombie, because they are acting like the Lord is the Lord. They want us, you become their friends when they see you as zombies. Anything, even rice, you import from them. Gary, even they give you Gary, you import from them. You are Gary, you become dummy. You don't do anything. You import everything from them. Anytime they want to test some drugs or some things, they put it into the food and send to you, so that to know how it reacts. Sometimes some people need puzimpi. Now they will know. Using you to be testing chemical and biological weapons. That is what they want. They don't want you to be standing as a human being, manufacturing things you use. They don't want it. How will they sell their own? How will they sell their own? There is a tussle, economic market tussle between China and EU about electric cars. They say China is too much, is over manufactured, bringing to Europe, so they have to do something about electric cars. Are you hearing me? So they want people, they are using the Fulani because you know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said so. Have you seen a Fulani that is an inventor? The answer is no. A Nigerian Fulani that is an inventor. The answer is no. All they do conquer, so that the West love them, so that once they turn everybody into Almajiri, sitting down, you see how they use slate in 21st century, writing on slate, slate, reading Quran and going and begging on the streets. That is the Europeans, the West, they love it, so that they can test any type of medicine, untested medicine on you, because you import everything. They want you to. They don't want to see us. Biafrans manufacturing, putting into market. No, they don't want to see it. Let me continue reading a bit before I turn. There are many things. He said, what the Hausa man is saying. They forbade the Hausa children to go to school, and those who managed to go were deprived of choice courses as they strove to further their education. Hausas are denied recruitment into armed forces. They exclude the Hausas from participating in politics and this and that. Okay, as dictated. Okay, except for voting, as dictated by Fulani imams and mulamas. They kidnap Hausa Christian women from churches and rape them inside mosques. These are the atrocities they committed against Hausa, and they are committing. But these our so-called governors, political, they don't see all these things, or they don't know what is happening, or they are driven by their greed. They don't care what happens to our race. The same way they don't see all these things, or they don't know what is happening, or they are driven by their greed. They don't care what happens to our race. The same way they don't see all these things, or they don't know what is happening, or they are driven by their greed. They don't care what happens to our race. The same way they don't see all these things, or they don't know what is happening, or they are driven by their greed. They don't care what happens to our race. The same way they don't care what happens to our race. The same way expect its end. It is not just dashed. You don't get respect by begging, by crying, by sentiments. It is worked for. It is earned. So that black race will understand this and work hard, change our mentalities in order to be productive. Because when we are productive, we earn our space, we earn respect in this planet Earth. We will stop being disrespected everywhere around the world. That is the reality. Not complaining, oh, you are discriminating against me because I'm an African. Yes, because you are unproductive. That is why you are discriminated upon. If you are bringing something positive into this world, producing, imagine that you are producing and giving China, distributing to the world is buying things, finished products that come out of your brain. How would they disrespect you? Why don't people disrespect the Japanese? You can't disrespect them because once you enter into your parlor, you will see an LG television. Or you see a Toyota motorcycle or engine, or Kawasaki, or car. Maybe you are driving Nissan. So you give respect by purchasing their products. You are respecting them. By bringing out your money, purchasing the product of Japan, you're already saying bravo, kudos to them. You are bowing to them. For your information. But when they look around, you don't produce nothing. They look around, black race, see nothing. Just as I'm talking now, check inside your room, inside your sitting room. What the whole furnitures, everything that is there, every material that is there, both electrical, electronics, the car you are using, how many is being made in Africa? Do you see why you are disrespected? Do you see the reason? You are Jara. What they respect, what the Europeans, what others respect is what is under your soil. Because you don't even know how to extract it. Go to Congo, you see how they are mining diamond. How the local population is dying, digging pits in Angola, in Congo. Digging pits in order to mine gold in the most primitive way. You understand? In peasant way, peasant system. So why wouldn't you be disrespected? Because as you are mining it, you don't understand. In peasant way, peasant system. So why wouldn't you be disrespected? Because as you are mining it, you don't in peasant way, peasant system. So why wouldn't you be disrespected? Because as you are mining it, you don't
meet no more. In 1970, anyị bịa ka anyị zụta ndị agha Nigeria. Bịa bulu egwu
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. We must continue, please. We must continue. Here, there is a technical hiccup, please, which I didn't understand, but we must continue. But I think I am back. That is the thing. So we must continue. So what am I saying? I am talking about the greed in our people, mostly our politicians. And I was reading about the atrocities committed by the Fulani, which Hausa man wrote about. But still, our people are hell-bent on making sure to give the Fulani Roga. They are using our people against our people. Are you hearing me? This is abomination. Complete abomination. What Enugu House of Assembly, they have IPOB to contend with, because no single iota of our land should be ceded to the Fulani. Any person that wants, why should this ranching, so-called ranching, why should it be government concern? Why? You know, the policy of the Fulani, continue dealing with them, cause confusion, and they will be telling the governor, the political class in our land, that the solution is this, so put ranching. Once they put it in Enugu, they will from there continue launching other places. And they will tell you, don't you see what Enugu have done? Don't you see that there is calm? They will bring temporary calmness for maybe some months and 1 year. Now they start pressurizing other governors, Anambra, Imo, or other places, Delta, because they will increase the confusion, the Fulani slaughter in other areas. They will start telling them, don't you see what Enugu have done? They established ranching, and that's it. And that's it. You have you have quietness. You have peace. And immediately they establish ranching, Nigerian army will build barrack around there to protect them, for them to gain foothold, and they will be instructed to be burning. You will see one Fulani man burning like pigs. He got here, so that they'll be growing fast. These are future jihadists they will be using to launch to other places. Let us understand what they are playing, please. We are in the 21st century. We shouldn't be making mistakes of before. Our people should rise up against what is happening in our land. Our land doesn't belong to the governors. So our land doesn't belong to the governors until we start doing something strange to them. I say something unheard of. Until we start doing something unheard of to them, they will not learn. They will not, look, they will not even open their ears to know that we as a people, we existed. Look at how they rushed everything under 1 day, which is not normal. Under 1 day, the bill pass into will face second, third reading. Under 1 day, no public discussion, no public nothing. Which means we don't exist. They say that that bill is very important to the governor. That is the only thing that matters, because there is money in the offing. That is the essence of him being the governor. That is the main contract he signed before being the governor. Ndibo, let us fight for our survival. Ndibo, here on Radio Biafra, I'm calling in Ndibo, Kai Hapo buying and selling. Let us also look into our collective lives, our collective living. Let us collectively fight this war that has been imposed on us by Britain through the Fulani, by joining us as one country. I am telling you. Now, before I open my lines, there is another thing I want to talk, please, about the military base of France and America that they want to bring in our land, in Nigeria. Let them let them stay there in the north or in the Sahel. Are you hearing me? They are chasing American and French, European, Western military bases like criminals everywhere in Africa. Chasing them out of everywhere. Are you hearing me? Anywhere they are, there will be problems everywhere. That is, let me tell you, America do you think that this world, that is why we are brainwashed by Western media. That, oh, they love us, they are helping us. Do you remember the beginning of this struggle on this program? People will be calling, hey, America, come and help us. People that are sucking your blood. Mosquito sucking your blood. How do you chase it away? You chase it away. If you stay there telling him, hey, mosquito, help me, he's feeding on you. He's feeding on you. That is what the West are doing. There is no love or hatred in international politics. It's interest that counts. What matters is that they are getting everything free from our land. That is why they are secure. Why you see, that is the thing. When you see countries are progressing, they are advanced countries, there are things they are stealing from others. Do you understand me? They are cheating others in order to grow. That is it. When you see American bases, we are going here, they are going there, they are everywhere. They are mostly in Africa. They don't want us to rise up. They don't want us to rise up. Sorry, before I continue, I want to read IPOB press release. And rightly so. IPOB declares that Biafra will never allow USA or French military base in our territory. Let them carry it go. They are bringing us Greek gifts. We, the global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by the great and indomitable leader Mazi Kanu, categorically rejects any plan by the Nigerian government to cede any part of Biafra territory to either USA or France for their military bases. If the Nigerian government is interested in hosting US and French military bases, such bases should be in the northern region, where terrorists are on the rampage. IPOB intelligence unit M branch revealed that Biafra territories will become very unsafe should the USA and France bring down their military bases in our land. Nigeria government must understand that Biafrans do not have enough land, let alone the one that we warehouse either America or French military bases. Currently, Biafrans are battling to curtail the terrorists groomed and sent to our region by northern elders and their leaders. We don't want terrorists to target Biafra land because of US and French military presence. Irrespective of the state-sponsored insecurity, Biafra land remains calm, peaceful, and progressive. The unconfirmed report stated that the Nigerian government is in secret discussions with the French and US governments to set up their military bases in Nigeria after being booted out from the Sahel regions of West Africa. If the Nigerian government, who is desperately seeking legitimacy from the West, succumbs to this pressure and allow the establishment of US and French military bases in their country, they will regret their decision. If Nigeria are unable to curtail the activities of the local terrorists, what will happen if the foreign terrorists sees Nigeria as a potential abode or target? Unfortunately, the Nigerian government has never taken her citizens into consideration in any decision making, and certainly will not consider their citizens' safety in the decision of hosting foreign military bases as long as dollars are involved. That makes them very, very cheap. If the Nigerian government eventually agrees to allow the US and France establish their military bases in Nigeria, let such military bases be sited in the northern and western regions of Nigeria. Northern and western regions of Nigeria have the larger landmass and are borderlands between Nigeria and other West African countries. More so, Western and Northern regions have been hosting all the foreign institutions and projects for years, therefore should host the foreign military bases. The Eastern region does not have any sufficient land for developmental projects and agricultural programs, let alone having space to warehouse foreign military bases. We wish to remind the US and French governments that Biafra land cannot accommodate any military base. Yes, Biafra has IPOB leadership as leaders of the new nation, and whatever concerns our nation must go through the IPOB movement's leadership. We are making it very clear that our land is not available for any military base. Allowing any foreign military base in our land is an infringement to the Biafran status and sovereignty. The risk of hosting foreign military base in Biafra territory is enormous. Outside putting our freedom at risk, it comes with environmental degradation, disruption of local ecosystems, pollution, and deforestation. Primarily, the base and her occupants will subvert our social and cultural values, which will distort the homogeneity of Biafrans. The base will attract infiltrations of many foreign interests, mostly terrorists, that will create political and social tension in our region. These and many more negative consequences associated with US and French military bases are what Biafrans are not ready to deal with. Biafrans have been subjected to years of political and economic strangulation by the Nigeria state and other foreign exploiters because of oil and gas deposits in Biafra land. IPOB will never allow Biafrans to be exposed to more dangers, insecurity, and exploitation that comes with hosting exploitative foreign military bases. We are using this same medium to warn governors, politicians, other interested parties from Biafra region to desist from contemplating or negotiating with America or France on this issue. IPOB will not tolerate any person or group that tries to hand over any part of Biafra land for a foreign military base because of dollars or political favors. Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for the indigenous people of Biafra. And that is it. Now, I want to play for you a clip of how American base that is still in Ghana, how they are enjoying it. I want you to listen before I conclude. Please listen. There is an American base in Ghana, in sections of mostly I think around the airport, Kotoka Airport. Listen.
In Ghana, we have allowed the United States of America to establish its military base on our soil. Under the agreement which allows the US to establish this military base, our head of state is stopped from entering that territory. The US military base is not accessible even to the head of state.
This is in Ghana. Part of Ghana territory. Even the head of state of Ghana, according to the contract, he can never enter into the American base. You see that? What does it mean? That is complete occupation, direct colonization. That is what it means. Why do they want American or French military to come to base in our land? Why? Don't you see, you have to you have to learn from where these bases, these foreign military bases have been, whether they were progressive or retrogressive. Look at Mali. Why did Mali chase away the French soldiers? Why? Why did they have to chase away the French soldiers that came under the pretext of fighting terrorism in Mali? Why did they chase them? Because it is not, they were promoting terrorists, arming them in order to justify their presence. Are you hearing me? They went and built their base in thousands of kilometers square, round it up. Where they base, it is there they mine gold and rare earths found in Mali. They were mining it and loading it on aircraft direct every time to France. These are people that you want their base on your land. In Niger, the same thing. America have the largest drone base outside the United States in Niger Republic. They say they are fighting terrorists, but every time with their state-of-the-art technology, everything, they don't see terrorists. Every time they are killing. Don't you see that this world is abracadabra? But they saw one American, an American that was held in kidnapped in Niger and taken to northern part of Nigeria. America sent their troops to go and rescue that an American citizen. Rescue and kill the whole terrorists here. But they cannot see terrorists that we are rampaging. They say no, they are strong. Every time as they are there, the terrorists will be killing. And they will carry go do show. They will carry CNN or any of their media. Go and show how they are bombing. They throw bombing this and that. They are fighting terrorists. This world is the more you look, the less you see. Are you hearing me? Now, France has been in Niger for donkey years. God knows since independence. But Niger has been the poorest country in the world. No electricity. Nigeria was supplying them electricity. And it's one of the largest producers of uranium. I think after Russia. Uranium. France doesn't have the mind, at least build a small nuclear facility for providing electricity. At least give them something. These people, they are heartless. These are the people that will give you heaven. Open door, free of charge. Now again heaven, they want to save you. But they have been there mining uranium. If uranium is the common product to use for building a small nuclear facility for electric supply, at least let it be what they give them. At least let it be what they give them. They can't do it. They didn't do it. More than 80% of Niger don't have electricity. These are the people that want to come to our land. They want to come to our land to make their bases. Why would they base? Why? They are disrupting. They are disrespecting the sovereignty law, the Westphalian sovereignty of nations. They will go and sign anything with our so-called politicians, heads of states or presidents. Because I said the other day, the West are in charge. There are no more direct colonization. Today, the colonization is worse. Do you know why? They are not directly present. Rather, they are in charge of those that are in charge of us. Do you see it's worse? So they give them order. I don't know how you do it, but do it. And the people, they will do it. Our president, people we call presidents. They wake up in the morning, they call. They have to, Tinubu have to call Washington or call Champs-Élysées, France. They thought, what is the program today? They will instruct them. Do you know anything? They will come and announce. And you have to pay. Police will be on the street. Military will be on the street, enforcing what they say. If you shout, America will say, but you are independent. Hold your representative, political representatives responsible. But they are the people now from up. Because they deceive us with this thing they call democracy. Let me finish playing this, please.
As if that was not enough, in the agreement, we have committed to an arrangement under which if US soldiers come to Ghana and kill Ghanaians, Ghanaians cannot go to court to ask for redress. We have committed ourselves to an arrangement under which property destroyed by U.S. soldiers in Ghana, if your property is destroyed by U.S. soldiers in Ghana, you cannot go to court. We have given our frequencies for the use of the U.S. military for free. Our frequencies are given to the U.S. forces for free. When Ghanaians have to pay millions in order to get frequencies to establish radio stations and television stations and so on, the U.S. can take it for free. Excuse me. Under the agreement, U.S. soldiers entering Ghana are not subject to inspection. They are not subject to search. You can't search them. You can't look through their bags. You can't examine what is on their body.
And they can bring drugs. Do you know that? Do you know UK, United Kingdom, you see, they were exporting drugs to China in the 18th and 19th century. Do you know that? Officially, not the UK citizens, no. Officially, government. Do you know that? They were exporting drug to China for the people, drugging the people, the masses, so that they become drug addicts. So that the people in they do not know. Do you know this world? You fight with anything available to you, anything you could. These people that lectures us on virtues and this and that and good governance, if you see the crimes they committed in this world, oh Chinedu, you loot them, looting, you loot them, you abhor them. They imported drugs in China. It become UK, United Kingdom English policy to use drug to destroy China, to fight China. They will import hard drug, cocaine and heroin into China and force people to take drugs. It led to the first and second opium wars. The rulers of China dynasty, they objected. They said, no, you can stop what you are doing. Stop drugging our people. So when you have all these people, this naval base, for example, American naval base in our land, coming to their bags will never be checked. They will be used by CIA to import drugs, to be drugging our people. You don't know that. You don't know that. They use anything in order to make people useless. You don't know that. They use it against black Americans. That would be a talk for another day. The CIA, they use it. Are you hearing me? Continue listening. So when you allow people to station their military base with all these conditions, are you a sovereign country? The answer is no. You are just existing. They will be praising the president, supporting him. Oh, he's highly, what do you call it? Democratic. He's highly democratic. Didn't they praise the former Niger president, Bazoum? Somebody that sold the whole country to France. They are praising him. Oh, he's democracy. Oh, the other democracy. Because he's their puppet. The same way America was in love with Batista. The former president of Cuba before Castro struck, because Castro was watching what was happening in Cuba. The same way IPOB is now watching. The same way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was watching what is happening in Nigeria. They were praising Cuba because they were dancing. You know, the president or the then president of Cuba was their puppet. So they praise him in their media. Oh, he's democratic. Oh, he's whereas Cubans were living in penury and poverty. He sold the whole Cuban properties to America, and the Americans were living large in Cuba. The whole resources, everything is American. They import everything is imported from America. America was praising him, whereas Cubans were suffering. Castro rose up in revolution. You know, one thing they didn't know is this. That is also one thing I see that blinds countries. You know, Roman Empire fell out of pride. When they grow too big, they say, nah, no, nothing can happen. No person can ever rise up. We will kill anybody in this planet Earth, subjugate them. Roman Empire that will conquer the world, they fell. They are now relegated to the Vatican City of how many? Not up to 20 kilometers square. Do you see how the world works? That is how this present dominion, world dominion, is. It will fail. It will fall apart. I am telling you, because when they go with extreme pride, they don't care. They thought that the whole world now is in their hand. Alexander the Great did it. It's the same thing. The whole world is in his hand. But eventually he fell. They started falling into pieces. When pride becomes too much, you now see people will start rising up. Disgruntlement will be everywhere. That is a world. How can you sign a contract where, I mean, you have your military base, none of your soldier, no American soldier will be checked while landing in the country, in Ghana? They don't even need passports to travel to Ghana. Do you see that is heavy arrogance out of this world? How do you think that if people understand this, how do you think that they will be feeling? You will be using their president, using military power to catch people. It can never last forever. People will be killed, people will die, but they will rise up. It can never last forever. That is it. That is the game. It's the rule of this world. When you come, you play your role. Even if it lasts 1,000 years, even if it lasts 2,000 years, it must surely crumble, and another side will take over. That is the rule. Because the arrogance is too much. Is too overwhelming. Continue listening.
When they leave, they are also not subject to customs inspection. They cannot be searched. U.S. soldiers do not need passports to enter Ghana.
Are you hearing it?
They don't need passports to enter Ghana. All they need is their ID cards.
What type of arrogance is that? Just tell me, as a human being. There are things you will do, at least you have conscience, say, no, this one too, at least let us do and follow rules, so that in order not to too much provoke people. But this one, they do it, and they will sign this with the president. And you will be, once the person signs it, finish. They will promote him all over their press. They will tell him, they will grant him red carpet to visit Washington. They will promote him. Any of their people that rise up to protest one thing, they will send military to clear them. America will not talk. Look at how they rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. America, champion of democracy. They didn't know, they didn't talk. Why am I expecting anything from them? They are American citizen, Gonzales Lira. Because he's against the support of America to Ukraine. He's a journalist. Go and study about him. Gonzales Lira. They allowed Ukraine to arrest him and torture him to death in prison in Ukraine. This thing happened a few months ago. I've talked about it in the news. Yeah. America didn't give me, even they didn't talk anything. No comments. They allow it. But they are the people that they pretend to be fighting for justice, world peace and justice. They pretend that they are fighting for free speech. But only when it favors them. Free speech, yeah, mama. Look at Julian Assange. Is it not free speech? Let me finish playing it. Other people are starting calling.
Under these circumstances, we have given U.S. soldiers privileges way and above diplomats. Because even the American ambassador needs a passport to enter Ghana. A U.S. soldier does not need a passport to enter Ghana. In any case, what are these soldiers doing on our continent? What are they doing on our continent? our leaders must ask themselves some interesting questions. Of course, they say that there's a global village, whatever that means, but they say that there's a global village. If this is a global village as they define, then everybody has interest everywhere. Now, if we decided to station a battalion of the US, of the Ghanaian army in Washington, what would happen? Now, if the US would not allow us to station a battalion in Washington, why do we then allow them to station a battalion on our soil? Ab initio, this arrangement means that we have accepted that we are inferior. And that is one of the reasons why we need to wake up and dismantle these arrangements in order to establish our equality and so on.
That is it. Our admission that we are inferior. That is it. This is where I'm going to stop anyway. Remember, we are live and direct. Today is the 13th day of May 2024. I will go a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the line so that people will talk. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
Let people to come together and ask themselves a question. As a matter of fact, 87% of the oil well in Niger Delta belong to the north. Precious, it belongs to the north. Northerners are the owners of this oil well in the Niger Delta. That was what I told Asari when he was making us about Igbos, as if Igbos are his problem. There are things Tinubu cannot do. I'm telling you, there are people he cannot even talk to. He can't even mention their name. Say he want to probe corrupt. He cannot try it. It's like a signed document. That's what I'm looking at here. It's like you're signed that you will not do this, you will not do that. So go and say Nasoro. The news done the trend. In fact, I was expecting that by now somebody would have spoken about this thing. Unfortunately, nobody is saying anything from Asoro.
So it can't be like say we just they cover the way happen to certificate. We know they talk about things when they happen, go. This our money they go down.
Yes. The thing is that before now we have always known. Remember when the borders were closed or supposed to be closed? It was also to a Niger Delta person who is doing big oil business.
When they give pipeline surveillance
to do security for pipeline. So that one na job, Abi. To do security for pipeline, you go to watch pipeline while the oil go to pass through to the wherever it's going to, Abi. That one na business. That is why I'm laughing at both Asari and Tompolo. Instead of them to talk about their region, look at what is going on. Look at how many billions of dollars we are talking about. And this oil is coming from Niger Delta. Instead of Niger Delta people to come together and ask themselves a question, as a matter of fact, 87% of the oil well in Niger Delta belong to the north. Precious, it belongs to the north. Northerners are the owners of this oil well in the Niger Delta. That was what I told Asari when he was making us about Igbos, as if Igbos are his problem. Look at what is going on. You are taking the resources from my land to go and feather your nest in your own place. And you say we are one Nigeria.
So, Mr. Darlington, make we even marry and wait in this letter where we say some directors from inside NCAA don't write to Pantami. Make I read them again. Say some NCAA staffs are alleging widespread corruption and northernization of the agency, petitioning Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo to probe the agency. So employees from inside the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, say they don't petition Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo over alleged corruption in and the northernization of the agency, according to them. The same thing. Now, what's to make me say, make we marry together. So in the letter, we say that 29th of September, 9 dates, the NCAA staff on the accused the National Aviation Agency's previous and current NCAA executives of diverting an estimated of 8 billion naira between 2019 to 2023. 8 billion naira didn't divert the money. They say the alleged money was stolen through multiple payments of approved payment vouchers. So they go just the approved payment vouchers anyhow. Then direct payment to general. So with all of these ones really happen, that the money don't go. So
who will decide what you will do and what you will not do? We can see it playing out even under Chinedu. There are things Chinedu cannot do. I'm telling you, there are people he cannot even talk to. He can't even mention their name. Say he want to probe corruption. He cannot try it. It's like a signed document. That's what I'm looking at here. It's like you're signed that you will not do this, you will not do that. So go and say Nasoro. That is what it looks like. If not, if Chinedu actually meant to clean up Nigeria, he would have started from NNPC. He would have started from there. But look at it. Even under his word, look at what is going on. They just use Emefiele as a sacrificial lamb because he's from the Niger Delta minority. Who is his godfather? He has nobody. That's why look as if Emefiele is the... Nobody is even talking of his principal who were telling him what to do. Nobody. These other places now where corruption is staring us in the face, Chinedu will not talk about it. He will pretend as if he did not see it. Even this aviation, since they wrote to Kiyamo, has he uttered a word? He won't utter a word. It's just a phone call. Don't listen to that letter they wrote you. Don't probe anybody. And that's it. But he will come out and be shouting as if he's a Mr. Saint. My dear, we are in a deeper mess. That is how to describe what is going on. We are in a deeper mess. All this stuff that you are going to reverse the economy, you are just to lip service. Nobody is serious about. As long as this APC is concerned, they are not ready to do anything because they are 10 and 10 pence. They are 5 and 6. No difference between Buhari and the Chinedu. Chinedu cannot probe all that Buhari did in office. So it means that we are not going anywhere. We are not. That is why all the people that Buhari put in place, they are still acting as if Buhari is in charge. They are not even bothered because they know that Tinubu will not call them to question. They know. In fact, with the baggage Tinubu is carrying, does he have the temerity to call anybody for probe? He won't try it. That is why I've been telling people that we are not there yet. All this night that let's give him a chance. Which chance? You have seen the handwriting on the wall. You are still waiting. Which chance? It's unfortunate. They wrote a letter to the in fact that day heads would have started rolling in that organization. Why do you think that Nigerian Airways cannot fly? Is that not this type of thing? 8 billion naira. These are not outsiders. These are people that are working with the DG himself. They are in the same office, so they know everything. They are the ones approving the voucher, so they know what they are talking about. It's not as if it's a PD person who wrote the petition or Labour Party person. These are insiders. Yet, it has been swept under the carpet. Not even a word. Not even a word. First of all, Kiyamo left what is happening in his ministry. And he's discussing issues that don't concern him. Talking about speaking from both sides of his mouth. The same man he was prosecuting years ago for certificate forgery is now supporting him, claiming that what has gone better between that time and now? Is it not the same certificate? That will tell you that we don't have men of principle. We don't. Precious. This thing is deeper than you're seeing it. It's deeper. But let me tell you, people have been talking of Rwanda. Every time they say Rwanda, one journalist, one broadcaster was talking about mosquito and cockroach. One core problem in Rwanda was not about any propaganda or hate speech. It was not. It was because of this type of thing. The Belgian masters took the Tutsis as their own. They empowered them. They placed them in places of authority in Rwanda. Because the Belgians believe that the Tutsis resemble them in their color. They have the same color. So they empowered them. Meanwhile, the Hutus who said that, but we are the same country now. These are why are you putting them above? You are giving them everything. What is our own? That was what caused the problem in Rwanda. When they could no longer tolerate it, they don't have anything. They can't get jobs. They can't get contract. They got annoyed and said, okay, let us destroy everything. That was what happened in Rwanda. That was why the Hutus went angry and started. They will not go and study what. And let me tell you, anywhere where there is injustice, where there is nepotism, where there is discrimination. Go and check what happens to such a country. Go and check. It's a question of time before people start reading meaning into all these things and say, okay, so we are now slaves in our own country. They will not look at all this. People have been writing, people have been talking. Nobody will pay attention. Nobody. Until when it will become a problem, they will now look for one scapegoat. It was this journalist who was writing. It was this journal presenter who said something on radio. Meanwhile, the real issue that is going on now, that is happening, nobody will talk about it. How can you be in a country where you cannot get any good job, even though you are more than qualified? Then they will take somebody who is not even qualified and put as your head. How come? Will you feel happy in that country? Will you be patriotic in that country? It's not even as if the people that are placing this authority, they are qualified. It's not as if they know anything. It's just to see that they are be chopping money. Is that not why Nigeria is where it is today? All the people that Buhari put in office, if they are really experts in their field, Nigeria will not be like this now. It's that they just put them there, go and eat money, go and chop money. Look at Ajokuta Sea Complex. Look at how much we are spending there. Over 10 billion every month. Meanwhile, nobody is doing anything. Nobody.
You didn't talk about Ajokuta. We still pay salaries of
refinery workers that don't working. Go and see who are there.
We're still paying the salaries. Wasting billions and trillions of naira.
These are the things that really agitate the mind of anybody who loves Nigeria. If you truly love Nigeria and you are hearing all this, how can you be happy? I said our own airspace, this Nigerian airspace, whatever. The man there, Borofis, who was there before that did, he said 70% of their staffs don't have a need to. They all read Islamic studies, and they brought them there. The man is alarmed. Say, what are they doing? Islamic studies, religious studies. What are they doing with aerospace? They will just bring them there with letter. All of them free the place. The man raised the alarm, and we immediately said that we don't have to solve. They remove him and put somebody there. Pressure. Is that how to Nigeria will work? Round peg in a square hole. Look, I don't know what has happened to Nigeria. I'm telling you, airspace, real science and technology. You are bringing religious studies graduates. What are they coming to do there? The same thing with NMP. Go and see. Some people just in a week they won't even come to work. If they come, it's around 12. They just sit there in the office, make phone call, carry girlfriend. The day is over. They just go until the month is over. They collect fat salary, and you are telling me that Nigeria will work under this condition? Everywhere nepotism. If they don't want any other person to be in Nigeria, let them tell us. But for you to impose yourself and turn other people like slaves in your own country, there can never be peace in such a country. It can never be. Go and ask anywhere. It can never be. If you are not equal in your own country, then where will you be equal? Is it in another person's country? Tell me. The people that are even placing above you, if they are qualified, you say, okay, they merit it. But when you see people who don't even have anything to offer, nothing, they don't put them there. After you have done all the work, they just sign. As Oga. They just sign. That's what they don't. They only just sign every report. Sign every. You go and do all the work. Do all the rack your head. Do everything. After doing, you bring it. You will not read it for them. They will not sign. That's all. That's why he's your guy. Please tell me any country that moves forward under such a condition. Mention one country. So the problem is deeper than this. You just mentioned the aviation industry and NMB. How about other ministries?
Yes.
Other ministries.
Even mines and steel. That was okay.
So it is a very big problem. People are asking, how did Nigeria get to this? This is how we got here. When we put square peg in a round hole, that is where we go where we are today. The real experts, the real people who are qualified, nobody gives them job. Nobody gives them job. They can't even come near as long as they don't belong to a certain ethnic group or region. Nobody gives them job.
All right, Mr. Darlington. So in this case, now what do you think go be the way forward, especially as Oga President is supposed to be work to make sure people say they really show working. So what do you think be the way forward?
Pressure, nothing will happen though. Nothing
because I just dey wait for media houses to
Nothing go
carry
happen.
this news. No media house don't carry am here. So just dey like say we just dey silent
I
about
said
am.
not only one paper, I think it's not Punch or Dua that wrote it when the news.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi Chinedu from Alu province of Biafra land. We are here live and direct. Today is the 13th day of May 2024. That's our watching call. I'm listening to this man. I'm laughing because complain. What we have seen for long. That is it. When we are doing what we are doing, they say bring IPOB. With IPOB, with IPOB. Now they are everything is glaring on everybody's eyes. Instead of hammering it as it is, let us Nigeria. We didn't gather around to form Nigeria. People force us together. What do you think that will happen? Can you put a lion and sheep together? A lion will automatically, it's natural. He will kill the sheep. The Fulani has outmaneuvered everybody politically. Outmaneuvering. They know they sabi outmaneuver everybody. And it's what we saw right from beginning. But if you talk that, they say, bring Igbo man to slaughter. So your problem is Igbo man. Now they are enjoying one Nigeria. Let me go back to the callers, please. Our lines are now open. Our direct line, as usual, is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. Please, as you call, please put your view. I want people's view because sometimes, this greed in our people, mostly in, I cannot say mostly because many people anyway, but the one we are seeing, the people on top. This greed and is it ignorance or mischief that makes them to fight against our collective interest? Is it natural within the Igbo? Or is it all what do you think that happened? What went wrong that our people start this type of behavior, please? Where they know that look, the Fulani, they are conquering people. If you give them 1 inch, they want to take 10 kilometers. They are seeing it. It's in history. It's happening everywhere. But they are still hell bent on bringing this ruga to the detriment of our people. What do you think is wrong? Please, I have callers already lining up. The first caller is the Mazi, but let me go to the caller on direct line because he's paying. Caller on direct line, please go on. If you can, you touch my question, please. Unless you cannot. Caller on direct line, please go on. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line, can you hear me, please? Mazi, caller on direct line, are you there? Yes, Mazi, please. We are waiting for you. Please go on.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for taking my call, with Jonathan. Yeah, there's nothing we can do other than just I feel we should just keep doing what we're doing, but we have to be cognizant of certain principles. First of all, that now, if you let somebody step on your toe, this is just human nature. If you let other human beings to step on your toe, they're not going to stop at stepping on your toe. They're going to walk all over you. That is just human nature. And I don't know why Igbo people haven't understood that. I don't know why black people in general haven't understood that. I don't know whether it's true, but somebody was telling me that Governor Oti was saying that he's going to rebuild Law Panta. and then somebody say, "Oh, the OT's doing good. I think he's gunning for the North. The North is praising him." I said, "That's not how to go. That's not how you deal with people. You don't capitulate, especially with a conquest mindset like Fulani or the British or white people. You don't capitulate. You don't stand conciliatory. You have to stand up bold. Like that Arakan I was telling Traore of Burkina Faso. He says, we are glad to see you standing up tall and bold in their faces like a real black man. That is the way you deal with bullies. You don't give them an inch. If you give them an inch, they take a mile and many more miles until they destroy you. So those are some of the principles that people need to imbibe. And also collectivism. That is why I need Koku going back to our roots. Can people stop pretending like you don't know what we're saying? Going back to our roots is those cultural traditions that preserved us as a society, which other people wish they could have implemented, but they can't. Like collectivism, Igwebike, Umunawike, Igbo, like I'm from Obansuka, only Hana Igbo, and I'm sure that person Igbo like I'm sure that person would do it. Like this farming season, men of certain age group gather together, and I got on your Orubo line by line. You cannot have an excuse to say that you couldn't do your farming activities that year. Because in those two, also go to how many acres of land came with it. Are there a kochaya one day? Yeah, your mom gonna know just eat to apple, eat and I eating a kid. A share hungry, share mania. Yeah, well, you boss all the young man that beat everybody in you boss all when can you for when that is collectivism. That is going back to our roots. That's how you bind a society together. In this country, in America, as wealthy as they are, their mental health system is in tatters. Because all they have is the pill, is the drug. And you have drug, or somebody when it crashes at 911, at Posia Hospital, and you have drug, I stabilize, I discharge, 2 weeks later, he's back. I know that because I was in the system. But what does the person actually need? He needs societal, social structure. Social structure. Because when you discharge that person, he shared an apartment, now watch TV, or mail that pizza, he won't take his medicine. The next time, you should copy again. At 911. But if it's not to be in our place, again, when we have the own. Again, when they the Chiamaka, you go Kobugi. Chiamaka, Chiamaka before, oh well, our poor family, our force will have it for now. That is family social structure. Our people have it. That's one of the going back to our roots. I in the cook where our people make I'm talking about Bansuka. I don't know of other parts of Igbo land. But when a young man dies, his wife is not left alone. The men of the community, one of the married men in the community, takes her in with her kids and takes care of her. Those are some of the social structures. And it's up to us to change it if we don't like it. But we don't have to look up to other people to come and tell us how to live our life. When you let other people to tell you how to live, you have diminished yourself. You humanize yourself. And when you dehumanize yourself, you've made yourself less human. Therefore, you make you've made yourself vulnerable to people's abuse. And so you don't complain when a police officer shows you what you're treating a human being, because you've accepted that you're a human being. You allow a foreign military into your place like you don't have any sovereignty. Yes, it's free to abuse. You have accepted that you're less than human. So why are you? The same thing goes to our Biafra people. We have accepted Fulani people to be abusing us. We don't react. We don't do anything. We just complain like the people, especially our brothers from the Niger Delta. Instead of actually seeing that your brother, an Igbo man, is not your brother. Oh, it excites you when they say, is Igbo this, Igbo that. So there's nothing we can do else, my brother, other than keep hammering in Radio Biafra like we're hammering. I'll imbibe all the content creators. Tell your followers to also listen to Radio Biafra. Our media warriors, always advertise Radio Biafra to your followers. I want to thank you all.
There were Mazi. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on signal, Mazi Akas. You are the first caller. You have been there for, is it 20 minutes plus? Mazi, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening.
There were Mazi. There were Udodrege.
Yeah, thank you for picking my call. Continue to bless you, give you every knowledge that you need on educating our people because of the atrocities we are passing through in Nigeria. And I want to say, continue to do the needful. We are here and we are listening. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, my name is Mazi Akas. I'm calling from Austria, and I serve the indigenous Biafra and IPOB National Bureau. All that you said this evening, the truth about it is that our people, sometimes we are deaf of what is happening to us in Nigeria, the killings and the atrocities the Nigerian government is causing to our people. Sometimes we are not, we begin to behave as if we are not aware of what is happening. Please, ich kann nicht fortlappen.
Ja, aber nicht rechts abbiegen.
So, bitte, mein Bruder.
Nicht rechts abbiegen, geradeaus bitte.
What I'm saying is that we must continue to do the needful. We must continue to fight until we liberate ourselves from Nigeria, because the issues of what we are passing through in Nigeria is horrible. And we plead our people to continue to understand that there's nothing we can do until until we got our freedom. We must continue to do the needful. We must continue to fight until we liberate ourselves from Nigeria. Mazi, all that you said this evening, what I want to let our people know is that concerning the so-called idiotic governors or the House of Assembly in Enugu trying to create their nonsense Ruga in Enugu State. We can't allow that to happen, because immediately they do this ranching, just as you said, the Fulanis will begin to force the other governors to do as well. So it cannot happen. IPOB will not allow any inch of our land to be given to Fulani. It doesn't matter in ranching or anything, because these people are killers. Anywhere you give to them, before you know, they begin to kill the indigenous. And it has been happening in Enugu State. Everybody knows about it. So Mazi, we the IPOB, just as you read the IPOB press release, we must continue to do what we're supposed to do until we liberate ourselves from Nigeria. Thank you, Mechko Kevin. I'll continue to bless you, Mazi. Thank you so much.
There were Mazi. Thank you. Thank you. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Good evening from here, Mozambique.
Mazi.
Agama Asmo, Kabimalaki Soko, Kode Manono, Yakaneji Watapia. Only know the one who comes and below one for my career for my province, Mozambique. anyị gbagara na agụmụ nna anyị biko 30th of May na-eme every day anyị na-eme every blessed year biko gbanụ mbọ mee ya eche ndị isi anyị si wee tụchara aka ka ụnụ gba mbọ hụ na 30th of May na-eme gara ọfụma and ọ dị anyị n'aka ịkwụsị ime dat na dede ala ahịa dị 30th of May na-eme hero dị anyị na-eme ọ dị anyị n'aka ime ka Biafra bịa ngwa ngwa ka ọ nwee ike anyị nwee ike sebete na Biafra land according to the persist na-eme ihe o jide anyị n'aka abụghị dat na anyị mere ihe niile na-eme na disi Biafra land anyị ga-ala Biafra ọ dị anyị n'aka ahụ ihe nwana nwoke na-ekwuchide bụ Mazi Chinedu na-ekwuchide ọ na-agwa anyị ka ihe kpatara nụ anyị nwe na onwe anyị ji nọ na dis condition ndị Igbo niile ihe ọbụla ego ihe ọbụla achị because ndị ụwa ọchị onye isi anyị gwara before gara aga ọ sị na onye Igbo ga-ewere mmanya onye mụrụ ya mpa ya ọnwụọ mara mụ ji sacrifice ego ka ego pụta nwanne nwedị ihe onye ọzọ wụrụla gị because ndị a na-ekwu na dịsị iwu anyanwụ ha ndị a na-ekwu na ha na-achị imeke na ha na-achị imeke ihe ndị awụ ihe ọ ga-abanye ha n'akpa ka ha na ha dị rich karịa Dangote ọgwụla ihe ebe ndị na-ele anya some people na-ele anya because na-ekwu na ọ bụrụ na anyị dị isi ikikere dị isi wee kwu ihe tọrọ ọwa ha asị ọ bụrụ na anyị dị ikikere ọ bụrụ na anyị nweta Biafra obi anọ nda na US na-akpagharị jukwa ya na-akpagharị a na-ejikwado ebe asị oke ọnụhụ na Naijiria na-asị na nwere ya ozu polisi onye gara mkpọrọ na US ọ gara mkpọrọ ọ ga na-eri ihe ụlọ gara ya ngwa ngwa na-eme practice ngwa na-amụ na-eme ihe niile ọ na-eme mana ka ebe ụlọ anyị nụ onye achịra n'ụlọ anyị pụọ gawa obodo ndị ọcha obodo arụchi gaa ebe ahụ ndịrị asụ ụmụnna na ebe ahụ na-ehe na-eje aka na-ekwe n'aka sị gọvanọ
Maazị ịma nke na-ewute m na ebe ndị be anyị nọ Maazị onye meghericha ihe a n'ọkwa ndị Igbo na-eto ya pụkwa na-eto ya ọnwa na-akọ aka na-eto ya daize deti na-agbapịa m mkpụrụ obi ịgwa gị eziokwu go on Maazị
ha ga-abịarịta saịdị ahụ ọ bụ na ebe a nọ n'Afrịka sọmtere ebe na-enwe ha ego mana ndị nlekwado saịdị ahụ kwa ndị so gwa anyị na-aba mba ka mgbe echi n'obi na omeneke obi na omedike ndị a nọkwa US sokwe kpọkọl sokwe complain na complain na after everything this man gara ụkpara nkịta na-aga na street man na-elie mkpara anya na-aba ahụ ji ahụ ihe ọma debụ gị epụ ya ahụ a na-eme mmadụ na-eme ọchụ manchi kọmiti sụzọ manchi bụ mmadụ ya egbucha mmadụ ya dee ihe ọ nwere mgbe ndị ochie na-aga na ncha ha gbuchie onye na onye ochie mgbe ya agaba bute izu ochi na ọ na-ezu ochi landlord bụ ya ebido izu ochi ihe gbuo dị landlord dee na ọnwa ike dị na ọnwa ya mere discondition ya tere discondition nna ajụ ụmụnna anyị ndị a na ndị bekee niile na US this man na-agagharị onye otu gị wepụ ya mkpara anya na-abụ dee ya gachi na ọ gị wepụrụ mkpara anya na iji wepụ ya na ihe o mere ụlọ adịghị mma o mere ndị Igbo ihe o mere anyị adịghị mma ya nọrọ na hisi for ndị ọzọ ite correction because anyway, this is my brother Amadi na government play. So the big guys now, all why cause not give this Biafra 100 because the action I can take can make a Biafra Biangwango. The action I can take I can make a Biafra Biangwango. Because with this condition, I can celebrate start of May. I can celebrate until 100 years I can because I just extra week and there's too much sentiment. I just extra week. Guy wanted to no kucha and when he did sacrifice, when he to sacrifice what any inch because as my woman can they will like it not too much because they will like it not too much. Had that with the through this man I naga. We love ourselves, our life. Actually, enjoy. Actually, get a Biafra. I never go Biafra now. Some people say, happen on the hand. I manage your gas. Selfish interest. We can give the shoes here. When I give you my brother, he gave me, never is a naka. All of this Biafra all through our action. Action now happens in Nigeria on Nigeria. I lost him only get it working America. But when I came America, care of blood in the device. One nigga pony Maranya, or good day one human work. So the height is human game wow. The height is which all a man got we wish. After which you get up with him with home, get up with you with Manama, get up. Who put this year? I know he's here. I'm putting up. Oh, I get to change. I never complete. One know the highest is on your name. I'll give you a book at I should give you a book at now. My brother, because Munam, Kabasha Monica, gbachara m nkwụ n'ala ike ihe anyị na-ekwu n'ọnụ ka ọ na-ekwu ihe anyị na-emepụta n'obi anyị because a na-ekwu ya na ya ka ha na-ekwu okwu ụka ma ihe n'ime na our people oke ebe na redio Biafra ekwu na redio Biafra ekwucha na ana m na-ekese unu ekwuchi ihe ndị na soshal midia ndị kpọrọ ya na were ndị si ihe ekwuru tụgharịa ya ọfụma ha were ji mee tọpik ma ha ga-eji eme tọpik ha ma ha na-ekwu ihe na-enweghị isi n'ọdụ na-ekwu ihe ọzọ this topic na ihe ndị na-ekwu today ọnwụ ya ha ga-abịa ha were ọnwụ na ha na Portuguese ha alagata na Portuguese na ndị ma emepụta emegharịa na Portuguese ha na ndị ọzọ ndị free people ndị French ya mana ha bịara ha ga-akọwa ihe ọzọ hapụzie egwu na redio Biafra hapụ tọpik anyị hapụ ihe online werezie ihe ọzọ na-eji akọ ihe ndo ma ndị na-eme soshal midia ndị na-eme ala ihe ndị na-ekwu ọtara ndị na-ekwu nta na-ekwu ọtọ na-ekwu ihe na-ekwu nta na-ekwu igbo biko ihe ọrụ kwere redio Biafra ji na-epike because ndị Chineke nyere ha wisdom ka ha ji na-enwe ike na-akụzi ihe anyị na-ama ndị a na-emepegodo anya nke emepere na because before ọmụsọ mgbe na-eme ka ha pere chukwu nwanne ugbu a gị mee mma mmekwuru gị mee m na mmekwuru gị oge ihe mbelifu na because tụrụ redio Biafra ka anyị nwee hope ka anyị mepe my own eyes biko ihe kwere redio Biafra were na etụgharịa anya na soshal midia n'ụlọ ebe ụlọ na-eme vidio ji na-eme vidio ji na-egwa ndị ebe ahụ n'ụlọ n'okwu ji na-eme ka ndị ọzọ mara ihe ha na-aga ji na-etore n'ụlọ Igbo anyị n'ụlọ oyibo anyị n'ụlọ ebe ole ga-esi mee ka ndị mmadụ ghọta ya biko ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m mee na ya so ka anyị nwee ike na-afọta ihe one way or the other ihe na-emebe ngwa ngwa because I did weak too much according to ihe nwanne nwoke kwuru here today I did weak and everybody must stand up in that week anyị n'ime ka anyị nwee ike rise up and believe get what we need from here Mozambique Mazi Obilo son of your Bonite Mozambique.
Oh, there were Mazi, there were. We must continue. I am not going to queen here. Kai just call one on no. Or Kai mana a before Taishi. So that Kai take a correction. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Sorry, call on signal. Sorry, call on signal. Can you hear me? Mazi Kwado.
Mazi, are you referring to me?
Of course, I am.
Okay, good day. Good day, my dear.
There were.
Last time I called, this echo was on, and the echo is still on this time.
Maybe from your side, check the gadget you're using. I don't know, because your voice is coming out clear.
That's exactly what you said last time, and I went on, so I will go on regardless, since I'm coming out clear on that side. First, from the last thing you presented regarding attempt by the West, precisely USA and France, to establish military base in Biafra land. I spoke on this yesterday during Igbo program that Mazi, I was here at. Now, I think you said a lot, that's straight to the point. We know what military is. And I don't think any of us do not understand that we don't need foreign military base in our land. They come with a lot of baggage. They are never going to come for our own good. They are coming for their own good. And that good will be extracted at our own detriment. But we will not let it happen. So I'll keep that right there, but I like the way you have presented it. And I'm sure that Biafrans, IPOB family members have enough light on the issue to stand up against it, so that won't take hold. You spoke about greed, and then you spoke about what is the origin. I think that's what you asked. As far as the origin of greed is concerned, greed is natural. Greed is in all of us. So I thought the key is what makes greed surface. I use the word activation. What activates greed? And there are two things I looked into. One is words. That's the hostile environment. If you look at the expeditions, whether we're talking about whether or primitive accumulation, they have a way of giving. West has a way of giving fancy words to their act of greed when they come to steal from us, plunder. They will find a fancy terminology for it. But their greed was so unbelievable. The last voyage of James Cook, they were wearing 20,000 pounds waiting for them, England. And everything they did, they were doing it very kind of the world. So did a lot of, made a lot of, including one that led to butchering of James. So the war is key, and as a matter of fact, what is a post-special level, then it goes into and the story becomes hostile environment. People will put through war with some due to airliners, like fish and their cohort. So what a lot of our people is from we ate.
Mazi, your voice is not coming out as it should. I don't know. Check
so
whether you are using, I don't know, the gadget you are using, I don't know.
No, I'm straight on the phone. I don't know. I'm moving to somewhere else.
That's why I don't know.
That's why I see the echo is so much.
It's from you. It's from your side. No person complains of echo anyway. Go on. Let's go on.
So what is it like now?
It's okay. It's better. Go on.
I moved to somewhere. Because if you want me to call back, I will do so.
Go on and wrap up. Go on and wrap up. I think it's better. It's okay. Go on.
Okay. So, excuse me. A little story in terms of, I was talking about hostile environment. So, because of what we went through, I would not be surprised that, and we are still going through hostile environment. The greed there, the people would like to hoard. We try to, in fear is the fuel of greed, especially in the case of a hostile environment. So you're afraid that this will happen again. What would you do? Out of greed, you want to hoard stuff. But if you are to be in that position again, because you're afraid that you'll be able to survive it. The worst is reward, which is like what is happening with them. Whether you're talking about the Ojos or Kanu, whether you're talking about district development, you look at reward. I'll give you an example from what I experienced. I worked for a corporation, and as managers, and then quarterly would have rewards in terms of bonuses based on the performance. There was a key area where some managers did in the area of food cost. What would happen is if you did something like, your report will be so impactful. But then a reasonable who knows, because no matter where you received a copy of the report that included all parts, I will look at it and I wonder what this particular outlet, by next quarter, it will surface that I've been cooking the book out of greed. They do not get reward. the big bonus that goes for being the best performer. So, so on all the governors, the reward that they receive, I believe, from their master is so glaring to them. They want for that they will continue to get it to feed the interest into will become their part. And that's what we are all suffering until there is a check. Like, excuse me. Like in the case of what I said before, the company will look at it and shift and will invite the general particular area of the company to the headquarters or and before you know it, maybe that the he has been sold, and the reason is because of substance. So the check there that would that greed, so that the essence of word would be what would be in place, and not the greed that is possible or introduced. So in our own environment, we have to put check in. That part of that check is, because with Biafra we will that would punish anybody who would embezzle or do the kind of these people are doing. That is what I want to say about that. Thank you very much.
There were Mazi. There were. Thank you very much. Although your voice is not so clear. Caller on WhatsApp, you'll be the last caller. Mazi, I think you are. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Jonathan.
There were Mazi.
Are you hearing me?
The whole world is hearing you. Please go on.
Okay. My name is Chukwu Emmanuel, and I'm speaking from a location. I don't want to go so long today on this very topic. I want to say just a few lines of words. Number one, the man that came to the radio for this interview or something like that, the man that came to the radio to review this secret, that Enugu House of Assembly, they just come for one day and they just do everything as Nigeria without not going to the normal process. What I'm trying to suggest is this. Is it not a time that some of them will go to court and drag the state government that the due process is not followed by approving the ranching or something like that? Is it not a time they go to court? So let it be dragged on the court. Because if you fail to do so, it means they have won. One thing is this: the Fulani, they have all the whole money. They have stolen so much money. And they have seen that the southern politicians are criminals. What they need is money. They can sell anything out because of money. They don't care whether they will die tomorrow. They don't remember. What what will happen to next people? This is a serious problem. Because if they fail to drag this case to court and see how they will hold this matter, the same thing will happen to another place. The same thing will happen to another place. And that means the Fulani have got what they want. During the time of Ugwanye, it did not allow that thing to be approved. But this Peter Mba is doing everything to see that he hand over everything to Fulani. This has been a pity that black people don't reason. They don't think. They don't remember that they will die. How this man that's just about 1 year now is doing everything to destroy a race, to sell everything out. After a few years, he will die. I don't know. So if it is possible, the Labour Party group should go to court and say, no, this is not the way to approve Ruga. And everybody has been heard that Fulani is just like a snake, black snake. All these years, our leader have been talking on this radio. And this radio Biafra has been talking. Does it mean that upon the Igbo people claiming that they're educated, they have not heard about the story about Fulanis? Does it mean they have not heard about it? After hearing all these things, after all these years, emecha agha akaraka emecha iriye ndị Igbo ndị anyị hụrụ taa na Nigeria. Well, nsogbu adịghị ya. Ya ụnọ ga-adịrị ha mfe. Ha lee anya that man bịa na redio ya ga gang ya up. Gaa na court gaa gbaa akwụkwọ. The due process had not been followed. And let it be there. While we continue our own side. Time and naga. Amaroto Shaga. Thank you very much. And all hail Biafra.
Almost hail Biafra. There were Mazi. There were. Caller on direct line, please. You have 2 minutes. Because I'm on the verge of closing. 2 minutes, please. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Please go on. Caller on direct line, can you hear me? Please, you have 2 minutes. Go on.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan, good evening, sir.
There were Mazi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, the whole world is hearing you. Please go on. Go on.
Yeah, so Mazi Jonathan, yeah, good evening. I'm calling from Georgia. My name is Osoro. Very quickly, yes, I saw the tape you played about the Enugu, trying to pass out a law, about trying to give out our land for ranching or whatever they call it. The one good thing I know for sure, which Onyendu said, is that no inch of our land will be given to the Fulanis. Even if they give it to them right now, eventually we will get it back, because all the people were to say, the governor cannot just come out and give our land to foreigners whom we are not comfortable to live together. So eventually, if they give it to them, at the end of the day, we will retrieve our land back. So I'm not even panicking when it comes to that. And another thing I want to touch a little bit is when you talk about the military base they want to establish in our land. I tell you one thing, man, Mazi Jonathan, he said no for us, to tell the truth. They may establish any military base in our land. I'll tell you one thing. I had the opportunity, I was married to my ex used to be in the military, in the army, while I was serving, I worked for the Navy in Japan. So it happens that while in Japan, I used to, why I wanted to just talk about this a little bit, because I have experience of it, because when I do travel from Japan to Korea, I use the military ID card, which that man said in that Facebook ad.
So if I'm traveling from Japan to Korea, military ID card and something likewise from Korea to Japan, I don't need a passport. So on the second on that's not even the issue. And that issue in regards to this thing this man talked about is the military itself, like the armies and everything that's stationed over there in that base. What they normally do on the weekends, there's so much atrocities that go on there in. If any person lives in Japan that knows Yokosuka Navy base, they will probably understand that what I'm saying is the truth. So in that Yokosuka Navy base, it's always the military beating up the Japanese people from outside the US base. They beat them, they rape them, and at the same time they have like clubs around that area, which is strictly for Koreans. For Japanese. But because they are Americans, they use force to enter into some of those clubs, which they are not allowed to even get to get into. So there are so many things they do in Japan, both in Korea and Japan, that they get away with. Even there is one incident that happened, a 23-year-old boy raped a woman of about 32 years of Korean. That was in Korea. So these military do so much. Once they are in your country, they establish a base. There are so many things they will do and they will get away with it. And some of those things, if they do it here in America, it's impossible. They can never get away with it. So what I'm trying to say, if they establish that base in our land, these people, if they are able to do some of the evil things they do in Japan and in Korea and they get away with it, come on, man, you know how they regard us now. We are nothing. We are just like a shithole. So what I'm just saying, and I know the military are like, they are really, their eyes is everywhere, they're watching. Let them not establish anything. We don't need their military base. These people have their own input. They will do so many things and they will get away with it. That's what I wanted to say, Mazi.
Of course, you're right. This is where I'm going to stop picking calls, please. I switch off the phones. Biafrans and lovers of freedom. I want to say something. Our brother said, yes, he is right. Greed is in every human being, every people. But what matters, the difference is this. There is this thing I call primitive greed. Primitive greed that is still among our people. What is primitive greed? When you are selfish interests, you take your selfish interests as number one against the collective interest of the people. That is the primitive greed that like the one exhibited by the governors and politicians in our land. That is the difference. Other people, civilization advancement is everywhere, every facet of your life. That is, once you're advanced, once you're civilized, it ricochets every facet of your life. Like advanced countries, they are greedy, but they are, it's what I call civilized greed, whereby they go outside and treat people as they can, as they want, still exploit people for their, and bring it for their collective interests. Like our brother said, serving in the American army, they go outside, they rape women, they do also commit all sorts of crimes. They are covered, they are immune. They cannot do that in the United States. You cannot do that and get away with it. So, but once outside, they can do anything because they are covered by the system. As a government, UK, are they not stealing? Look at how the Shell is drilling oil in our land, exploiting, polluting everywhere. Do they do that? Look at one time, I think oil rig leaked in Gulf of Mexico during Obama regime. The company paid through their nose. I think they are still paying till now. They don't dare. What they are doing, that is civilized greed. You go and exploit others and bring for your people. But our own, the difference is that our own, we exploit ourselves to the interests of foreigners. That is the difference. You see it. That is the difference. So why is it so? That is lack of civilization. I'm calling it like that. Lack of civilization. Because if we are civilized, we should understand civilization is the ability to organize and live collectively, building a viable system that works for everybody. Not for one person, one individual, no. That is why, advanced countries, they are interested in building a system, not individual, a system, a vibrant system that works for everybody. Do you see the difference? Our own, you are building your own, you want your own. You want to be the own one. You want everybody to be bound down for you. You want to be your own, to the detriment of others. You don't care destroying collective interests so that you gather something for your own. That is the difference. But we must continue what we are doing. We will never cede an iota, an inch of our land to the Fulani. Whatever that is their interest, they sign. Do you see this system of government which they bring to us, they impose on us, call it democracy? That is the worst, one of the facets of colonization still going on today. I've been saying it here several times. I understood that, look, this thing they call democracy, the system of government which they impose on us, before God and man, if we don't, change and modify and go back to our natural system, we are going nowhere. As African countries, I'm telling you. Because how do you think that, they bring everything for us? They are in charge of those that are in charge of us. How can you change anything that they sign? It doesn't. Do you know? Can you do anything? If you talk, they'll bring military, and the international community, they will do nothing. They will not talk nothing. But once we have our own system that we are involved, now we can take care of ourselves, and that is what they don't want. That is what the powers that be, what they don't want. Imagine aerospace industry in Nigeria, and the people that are being employed there are people with Quranic certificates. Can you imagine? Quranic certificates. They are doing it that, it's their brother. There is nothing you can do. They go there, they stay at the end of the month, they take salaries, they don't do nothing. And you think that a country can work like that? You think a country can work like that? If you raise an alarm, they say Igbo man, they will turn every other person, Igbophobia. Turn every other person, don't mind Igbo people. They want to dominate here, that's why. But they don't have the merit. So that is why Nigeria can never work. It's impossible. I say, it doesn't matter how Britain purchases Nigeria. It doesn't matter how America polishes it and presents it to the world. It's the largest democracy in Africa. It's this and that, this and it can never work. It is you and I that are suffering it. It is only us that can do something about it. Because America is not suffering it. America is enjoying it. Because United Kingdom is not suffering it. They are enjoying it. France is not suffering it, rather they are exploiting and enjoying it. So it is we that are suffering that have to rise up in order to do something. And that is why IPOB, we have taken the initiative, because I see that our political leadership, Igbo politicians, they are afraid to die. Lack of sacrifice. They cannot sign contract on what to do before they become governors, and they are made governors and they start doing another thing. He said they cannot disobey their masters, because it is their masters that are protecting them. So they are afraid to die. Are you hearing me? They are afraid to die. But IPOB, we have sacrificed ourselves in order to make sure that we get what we want, because it is for our collective interest. What we are fighting for is survival. It is not asking for other people's property or anything. We are fighting for our own survival. So you have to join in, contribute your quota in what you are doing. We are in a mess that is more than you are going out buying and selling only, without caring what happens at your environment, without caring what the future holds for us as a people. Our existence is more than you making benefit, going market and selling and making benefit, and coming home and after eating you sleep and be snoring. Our future is more than that. You have to dive in and support what we are doing. IPOB is the only lone voice that is genuinely fighting for the interest, for our collective interest. Are you going to count on Ohaneze Ndigbo? People that wants to go and beg, put us into perpetual poverty, slavery, Igbos, so that they will get a commissioner or minister or ministerial position. They don't care a dime about you. Otherwise, they would have started by at least gathering Igbos together from every state. Instead of this demarcation of 5 southeastern states, highest they add rivers or delta and delta, finish. They forget that we have Igbos in Cross River. We have Igbos in the whole southeast and southern states. I mean, indigenous Igbos. They don't do anything to organize in order to check out on your own. They don't do anything because what matters to them is that their position. To maintain their position, and after maybe their children, they will give their children so that their children will knock in Asorok and become a cabinet member. That is the only thing. All those things that all this, they don't care about legacies they left. They don't care. How do you go? How do you gather Igbos? As you are answering Ohaneze Ndigbo, what are you doing to gather us? To gather Igbo everywhere. Talk less of going to the diaspora, to Jamaicans, to Haitians. How? Organizing symposiums to tell people that look, you come from Igbo land. So how? That is people that are suffering from primitive greed. Civilized greed is good because you go and loot outside and bring for your people. But when you when you sell your people for your private interest, selfish interest, that is primitive greed. And we have to stamp it out. Biafra remains our ideology. Biafra is our tradition. Biafra is our religion. Remember, as I said, tomorrow there will be a program here. It will start tomorrow, being 14th. BED, Biafra Education, BEAD. This program by Lois, Mazi, Dr. Lois Okachi, and co. I have hosted them here on this platform, and they will be here. It is a very big eye-opening program. You must be part of it to listen to our histories that you are not told, you don't know. Biafra Education Awareness Dissemination. Tomorrow is going to kickstart by tomorrow being 14th by 7:30 p.m. Therefore, be part of it. We must continue. Look at Sapele Seaport. It has now been turned to Nigerian naval base. When you start telling our brothers there, this is not right, they'll tell you, Igbo man, he's Igbo man. You know, the worst thing they have done against us is turning us against ourselves. That is the worst thing. And we should resist it. Ohaneze Ndigbo is doing nothing. Instead, they are facilitating all these divisions among us. But That is why we are doing what we are doing. And you have to join. You have to support us in what we are doing. Thank you for listening. Remember that we are in our remembrance mood in May, remembrance mood, and 30th May is lockdown, complete lockdown as usual in Biafra land. Do not listen to what any detractor is saying. They try to bastardize this lockdown, but this is when it is needed. 30th May. We have to remember our fallen heroes, those that fell that we might live. They died that you might live. We have to remember them. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from here, it is simply good evening.